Live from the Bud Light Studios in Austin, Texas, this is Round Rock Express Baseball on AM 1300 The Zone, KBET Austin, an iHeart radio station.
Welcome back to Dell Diamond. Mike Capps and Baseball Channel on side. Astros Diary, a courtesy of Elder Mitsubishi, that's in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi, Win Express tickets at Elder. Astros getting set to go in about 2 hours in L.A., Anaheim actually. Wade Miley gets the ball after the Astros blew out the Angels last night. His opponent, Matt Harvey, trying for a comeback. We saw him earlier this year pitching in Salt Lake City. Round Rock roughed him up pretty well, and we'll see how he does against the Houston Astros tonight. Lineup cards brought to you by Golden Chick, home of the original and still the best golden tenders. Once you taste the best, you'll forget the rest. Golden Chick. Game number 98. Ben Johnson has just turned in a lineup for the Memphis Redbirds, the baby brothers of the St. Louis Cardinals. It looks like this. Leading it off in center field, Randy Arozarena. Batting second and playing at second base, Ramon Urias. Urias at second. Hitting third at first base, John Nogowski. Batting in the cleanup spot, the DH, Raniel Ravello. Hitting fifth, the left fielder, Lane Thomas. Thomas in left. Joe Hudson will catch and bat sixth. Hitting seventh in right field, Johan Mieses. Mieses in right. Hitting in the eighth spot, the shortstop, Kramer Robertson. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Jose Martinez. On the mound, Austin Warner, 5'11", 185, the left-hander, 25 years old from Kentucky. Not drafted after 4 years at D2 Bellarmine, Kentucky College. Signed out of the independent leagues by the Cardinals. Upper third of the Redbirds order, Arozarena, Urias, Nogowski. Middle third, Ravello, Thomas, Hudson. Lower third, Mieses, Robertson, Martinez. Mickey Story's lineup for the Express. Leading it off in left field, Josh Rojas. Batting second, the shortstop, Jack Mayfield. Hitting third, the DH, Carlos Correa. The cleanup batter, the center fielder, Derek Fisher. Batting in the fifth spot. And playing in right field, Drew Ferguson. Hitting sixth, the first baseman, his first start at first, Kyle Tucker. Hitting seventh, the second baseman, Alex DeGotti. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Nick Tanlou. Hitting ninth, the catcher, Jamie Ritchie. On the mound, Carson LaRue, 6'1" and 175, 23 years old. He is making his second start for the Round Rock Express. Upper third of the E-Train order, Rojas, Mayfield, Correa. Middle third, Fisher, Ferguson, Tucker. Lower third, DeGotti, Tanalou, and Ritchie. Our picks to click, and every day courtesy of Click It or Ticket. Click It or Ticket reminds you to buckle up yourself and your kids. When you do that, you save lives. Baseball Jan on the clock.
Rojas, when he was in Corpus Christi, he had 3 games where he hit 2 home runs a game in a week?
Right before he came up here. That's right.
I think he's hot. I think he's going to be my pick to get.
And he had his first 2 home run game last night. That is such an easy pick. I would have picked him had you not. Because you did that, I'm going to go right back where I went last night. I'm going to go to, Drew Fisher for sure. And then down in the lineup, Jamie Ritchie's been hot of late. So those are your 3 picks to click. And that is a Reed Financial pregame show. We're back to start it. Memphis and Redbird, the final game of a 7-game homestand. And Round Rock tries to win the series next on the Express Radio Network. Welcome to Dell Diamond as we watch the color guard from different entities that are first responders here in Central Texas. We see certainly the state troopers, highway patrol, and several other police departments represented here. This is pretty impressive. And a helicopter flyover, of course. First Responders Night always has been a great, great night here at Dell Diamond over the course of the 20 seasons we've been in business. But this is particularly more colorful simply because we have more people. We have K-9 units on the field. We have this helicopter hovering above ground. I'm counting 2, 4, 6, 8 K-9s. And it shows you what the American first responder can do, not only with K-9s, but with men and women who really have it in their heart to do this sort of thing.
Well, and they all take our lives above their lives, and we appreciate that and thank them every day for that.
Voices out of Baseball Jan as we watch Carson LaRue get ready for his second PCL start. He's 0-1, took a loss on July the 5th at Oklahoma City, banged around for 4 earned runs. And we'll see how he does. He works from an interesting stretch and then wind position. Very, very slender right-hander. They list him at 6'1" and 175. I'm thinking 6'1" at about 165. Overall in Corpus, 2-4, 16 appearances, 13 starts, 5.96 ERA, giving up a little bit better than a hit an inning. 8 home runs in 71 innings, little bit high, but strikeouts to walks ratio pretty good. 64 strikeouts, 24 walks in 71 innings. Carson LaRue gets the ball tonight for the Round Rock Express. 3:30 down both lines here at beautiful Dell Diamond. The power rallies measure out at 375. Bullpens located in both Round Rocks and left center field. 407 to left and right center field, straight up 400. The deep green 2.5-story batter's eye. That's the equipment shed that houses the men and materials that keep this ballpark in such pristine shape. Green grassy berm surrounds this ballpark. The 55-foot-high Nile Maxwell home run porch over the left field berm is topped off with signage. In right center field beyond the bullpen and above the berm, the home run dugout, brand new here at Dell Diamond. State-of-the-art hitting area. And a bullpen bar located attached. And right beside it, the pool and picnic area here at Dell Diamond. But the highlight, as you walk into the ballpark, it's a 7-story tall Dell Diamond LED scoreboard above the left center field berm and above the Round Rock bullpen in left center field. Home whites for the Express. Express in dark blue outlined in red splashed across the front. On the left sleeve, the Texas map and the Round Rock in the middle of the Texas map, and the uniform topped off with the dark blue hats and the E-Train emblem on the crowd. Road gray up and down for the Memphis Redbirds, the baby brothers of the Cardinals. Memphis in gold, outlined in red, splashed across the front. They wear the red hat with a musical M note on the crowd. Randy Arozarena starts it out. Right-handed hitting center fielder, the first pitch from LaRue. Up and in, ball one. We are underway a little bit late at 7:09 Central Time. Arozarena hitting at 361 with 5 bombs and 21 driven in. He's had a productive series, has he? Here's a straight up outfield looking in, and the pitch. Breaking ball down and away. He went with the hands. Yes, he did. Malachi Moore, the first base umpire, rings him up. Evens it up at 1-1 to Arozarena. Arozarena, 2 home runs over his last 5 ball games. 3 for 4 last night. Scored a run. Doubled and scored a run in the second. Singled in the fourth. And in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Squares to bunt and misses it. Strike 2. Arozarena a little bit slow on the uptick to get that bat out in front of the plate to get down the bunt.
You got to be able to lay down a bunt. That was just poor timing.
Poor timing indeed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. LaRue working in the sunshine. Kicks highly and deals. That bounces away 2-2. Defensively, for the Round Rock Express, Nick Tanley with third. Jack Mayfield plays it short. Alex DeGotti at second base and Kyle Tucker at first. Josh Rojas, Derek Fisher, Andrew Ferguson. Left to right in that E-Train outfield. Jamie Ritchie's behind the plate. Carson LaRue's on the mound, the defense for your Round Rock Express. Arozarena steps back. Arozarena has had 13 multiple hit games in the 31 he's played at Memphis this season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, big over the top breaking ball that misses high, doesn't bite downward much, and a full count.
We'd like to keep him off base. He's pretty good base stealer.
Yes, he is. Just loaded with fast twitch muscle fibers, deep right-handed crouch. Payoff on the way. Foul tipped. And we're at a 6-pitch count in this at bat, which is exactly the way the St. Louis Cardinals want their leadoff hitters to perform. They do not want them swinging at first pitches. Josh Rojas the other night had an 11-pitch at bat that really, in some ways, turned around a game against Omaha.
You'd like to see a lot of those first pitches.
Payoff. Popped it up behind home plate. That'll make it into the seats. Look out below. Fan caught that one.
And didn't even spill his beer.
Nope. Left it wisely in the cup holder right in front of him. So he's not only a hero to his wife and kids.
And to the kid on the third row.
Babbitt, who he just tossed the baseball to. Kid in a Round Rock Express Saturday jersey. Still a full count to Arozarena. LaRue comes set. Now slowly winds. Payoff. Bouncing ball foul third base side. LaRue right now, we have not seen a put-away pitch. Tops out, we're told, at 90 to 91 with the fastball. And works a little too slowly, it appears to me, right out of the gate, Jan. But now he's about to serve up his 9th pitch.
He needs to take advantage of the shadows. Right now, he has an advantage coming out of the sun.
He really does. Here's the payoff again. Lashed into left field, base hit. Over to cut it off comes Rojas. Rosarina turns first, heads to second, slides in, and safe at second base. I thought his hand did not make it to the bag before Degote slapped on the tag, but it'll be a double for Rosarina right out of the gate on the 10th pitch he saw.
That was about a 3 on the Richter scale, that slide.
Well, it straight down, yes. And Rosarina's not a big guy. Rosarina weighs 175 at 5'11". Yeah, they may take him to sliding practice once they get back to Memphis.
Needs to work on that.
Yes, he does. That's his 11th double. Ramon Urias stands in, the second baseman, 223 batter. Right-handed and open. LaRue has a runner in scoring position right out of the gate. Sets, checks second twice, and deals. Breaking ball, big over the top curve at 78, strike one. Urias 1 for 4 with an RBI double in last night's game, 2 for 7 for the series. Here's a guy who at age 17 broke into professional baseball in the AAA Mexican League, played 5 years there. His best season was a season that he signed with the Cardinals minor league system. That's up and in, 1-1. 340, 19 homers, 79 runs batted in. And after 102 games, the Cardinals said to the Mexico City Reds, we certainly would like that young man.
That's a standout season.
It really was. 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield well around toward right. We're scoreless here in the first. The pitch on the way. Upstairs, 2-1.
Carson needs to bear down here.
2 balls and 1 strike. A long, long pause. LaRue deals. That's foul back, 2-2. 13 pitches, still no outs. And right now, LaRue's really struggling.
Not a good sign.
We notice the pitch clock not running. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Neck high set. The pitch, breaking ball down and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Carson LaRue signed by the Astros out of Cowley Community College in Kansas.
He needs a strikeout right now.
Yes, he does. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch on the outside edge. Ball 4, lost him.
Oh, those base on balls.
Those base on balls. Indeed. That'll bring on John Nogowski, the first baseman. This is tailor-made trouble right here.
This is a large man who can put some hurt on a ball.
Fortunately for Round Rock in this series, he's been rather ineffective. 0 for 5 night last night, 1 for 13 for the series. Deep right-handed crouch. Stocky youngster, 6'2" and about 230. Looks at one over the inside edge. Too high, ball 1. 16 pitches, and Richie trots out to talk to LaRue. LaRue looks very, very tight and very, very lost right now, just to be candid.
Yeah, he doesn't have any rhythm out there. He should be loose. It's warm enough out there.
Richie really talking it over with him. And the home plate umpire, Clayton Ham, out to break it up. It is Ham behind the plate. Malachi Moore at first. J.J. January at third. Umpires brought to you by Ideal Signs, longtime Round Rock Express sponsor. The best custom signage, the best custom artwork and message. It's ideal-signs.com. 2 aboard, nobody out. The 17th pitch about to be served up by Carson LaRue. 1-0. High drive to center field. This is playable. Backing up a couple of steps. Fisher puts it away. Tagging, and Arozarena makes it to third very easily. Dynamic throw right back into the second base bag. Keeps Urias at first. 1 gone now for Raniel Ravello. Ravello, the DH, hitting at .320, has 9 homers and 42 driven in. His first game against Round Rock in this series last night went 1 for 4. Walked, scored a run in the first, single later on. Ravello's had a couple of trips back and forth between the St. Louis Cardinals. Longtime PCL operative, Raniel Ravello. First saw him in Nashville when they were the Oakland A's baby brothers. That's bounced down toward third, foul, strike 1. Boy, you'd like to see some contact on the ground.
That's what I was just thinking. I liked having that first out, but I'd rather see a ground ball than a fly ball.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I would love to see a double play turned here. Double play depth infield for the E-Train. No shift enacted.
Amazingly.
They're well around 10, 12 strides around toward right in the outfield. No balls and 1 strike to Raniel Ravello. Right-handed deep, crowd slightly open this set. The pitch popped up first base side. Drifting back onto the outfield grass goes the second baseman, Degote, and the wind has it. Degote responds. Here comes a throw to the plate and scoring Arozarena. Degote didn't see Arozarena break. He stumbled, fielding that fly ball. Arozarena scores. It's 1-0 Memphis here in the first.
I think that was a little wind assisted.
I do too.
But it's tricky out there.
Yeah, no doubt. Lane Thomas, the left fielder, stands in. He had a couple of base hits early last night. Singles in the first and second inning. 2 for 5. Both of those were RBI base hits. They broke to a 7-0 lead early. Round Rock came back to win 11-8. Right-handed matchup. The pitch. Breaking ball dances down and away, ball 1. That was the 20th pitch, served up by Carson LaRue.
Well, at least he stays on the rubber. He's not wandering around out there.
Yes. 3 to the left side of the infield with 2 out. The set by LaRue, the pitch to the plate. Below the knees, 2-0. Carson LaRue. Takes a lot of time. Sets, deals, foul back right here at us, strike 1.
You know, the first season that might have come in here because that screen was 3 feet lower.
Yes, it was. We were in those days on the second floor, which would have made it even more likely it would have been in here.
You bet.
We caught some rockets. We've caught them both at the second and the third floor. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch upstairs, 3-1. One to nothing Birds. Arozarena doubled. Moved to second, moved to third on the fly ball to center field off the bat of Nogowski. Ravello popped up to second base. Arozarena trotted home from third. 3-1 up and in, ball 4, lost it. So the second walk of the inning continues the inning for Joe Hudson, their catcher.
12 strikes, 12 balls. That's not a good ratio.
That's not a good ratio, and a lot of nerves being exhibited right here on the mound.
Well, this is the learning opportunity for him. Work your way through it.
220 batter with 8 homers, right-handed hitting Hudson. Deep crouch really crowds the plate. The pitch. Up and in, ball one. Down at second, Urias. On at first, Thomas. A single and 2 walks. About to see our 25th pitch thrown in this top half of the first. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch, breaking ball over the inside edge for a strike at 75. Take those any way we can get them. Long look in by LaRue, operating very, very, very slowly. Sets it 1-1. Delivers. Breaking ball for a strike. 1-2 to Hudson. Round Rock remains with 3 to the left side of its infield. Huge hole up the middle. 1-2 to Joe Hudson. Wind really whipping up toward left. The set. The pitch. Thought about it. It drifted off the outside at 77. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outside the batter's box, now back in. That's another thing umpires up until this past year did not allow.
Yep.
The set at 2-2. The pitch. Up and in, ball 3.
I don't think anybody's paying attention to the lollygagger clock.
I don't either. Left-hander Kit Sheets gets up in the Round Rock bullpen. Now the infielders and outfielders are back on their heels. 3 balls and 2 strikes. An inside step move. Nobody there to take a throw. Not going to pick him off anyway.
Although there's enough infielders on that side.
Well, they got to run all 3 of them over there, see what happened. 3-2. The pitch. Popped up out in the short right field. This is trouble. In. Comes Ferguson to put it away, and mercifully this first inning comes to an end. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 left. It took 28 pitches to get through it. At the end of 1/2 inning, Memphis 1, Round Rock up next on AM 1300. The Zone, driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. 1-0 Memphis as we go to the bottom of the first. Mike Capson, Baseball Channel alongside. 5'11", 185-pound, 25-year-old left-hander from Kentucky. Austin Warner tunes up for his 4th Memphis Redbird start. He has no record. 7.02 ERA. He's given up better than a hit an inning. 8 home runs surrendered in 16 2/3 innings. 11 punch-outs, 8 walks, a .299 batting average against, and a whopping 1.68 whip, which means he has dealt with a ton of base runners and a ton of traffic on those bases. Here's Josh Rojas coming off his first AAA 2-homer night. Looks at a whistling fastball at 90, down and away, ball 1. Rojas, 318 with 9 home runs. 2 of those last night. 32 driven in. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss.
He might have been swinging for the berm on that one.
I think he was. Warner has given up a total of 18 home runs in 115 innings. That's bounced right back up the middle. Second baseman backhands on to first. Got him by a step. Nice play by Ramon Urias. Starting pitcher information about both Austin Warner and Carson LaRue. The Smokehouse Report brought to you by Southside Market and Barbecue in Ogden and at Bastrop. Since 1882, the oldest barbecue joints in the state of Texas. Shop them online at SouthsideMKT.com. 1 gone for Jack Mayfield, the shortstop. 1-0 Memphis here in the first. Mayfield, a right-handed batter. First pitch to him, darts down and away, ball one. Defensively, Jose Martinez at third. Kramer Robertson at short. Ramon Urias at second base. John Nogowski at first. Warner gets ready. Stocky left-hander winds and fires over the middle. Evens it up at 1-1. Thomas, Rosarina, and Mieses left to right in their outfield. Joe Hudson behind the plate. Austin Warner serves up the 1-1. It's down and in. He's on the mound, the defense for the Memphis Redbirds. Straight away in the outfield. Shadows cover almost the entire infield as that one misses wide. 3-1. Little sliver of sunshine where first baseman John Nogowski is standing about 25 feet to our left of the first base bag. 3-1. Downstairs, ball four, lost it. So, very patient at bat from Mayfield. First walk given up by Warner brings on Carlos Correa, the DH. Correa had a couple of knocks last night.
He was having fun with the fans over there on deck. I think he's going to have some smart hits tonight.
Correa went 3 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. Drove in a run at 5 runs second. Drove in a run and scored a run with a double in that 4th inning where Round Rock put up 3 and began to take over. Fastball down the middle, must have missed low, ball 1. Nice thirsty Thursday evening crowd out here. 1 on and 1 out, a double play depth Birds infield. The stretch. Warner checks first and delivers up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Correa, .295 batting average with 11 home runs before he went down with a broken rib.
A very strange rib injury.
2 balls and no strikes. Warner delivers over the outside edge, 2-1. A little bit of a fall off in 2018 for him compared to his 20-plus home runs the year the Astros won the World Series in 2017. 2-1 set. The pitch. Rip and a miss. Strike 2. 87 slider upstairs. Warner works, oddly enough, from the first base side of the rubber. Correa backing out, now back in. Deep right-handed crouch. The pitch. Up and in, ball 3.
Well, Warner doesn't have a very good strikes to balls ratio either.
No. 5 in the zone, 8 out of the zone of the 13 pitches he's thrown. Next pitch, runner goes, ball 4, lost it. So back-to-back walks. With 1 out for the center fielder, Derek Fisher. One of our picks to click. Boy, Fisher has had the home run bat working over the last few games. Home runs in 2 of his last 3 and 3 of his last 6. And he's working on a 7-game hitting streak. And the one he hit in here a couple of nights ago up against the Redbirds was absolutely crushed into the berm and right. Left-handed matchup to pitch. Way outside, ball 1.
He needs to wait for a good pitch.
Well, let's see if he can make something happen here. 1 ball, no strikes. A check at second base. Mayfield with an aggressive lead to pitch. Sinker misses tight at the knees. 2 balls, no strikes. "16 pitches now served up by Warner. Takes a long time between pitches. Now sets. There it is, down and away, ball 3. Warner not drafted after 4 years at Bellarmine, Kentucky College. Signed by the Cardinals out of the Independent Frontier League, where he spent parts of 2 seasons. 3-0. Down and away, ball 4, lost it.
Walking the bases, loaded.
3 straight, 1 out walks. And that'll bring up Drew Ferguson. And Joe Hudson. And the shortstop, Kramer Robertson, out to talk to Warner, settle him down here. There's a lot of... First of all, these are not very experienced pitchers in terms of time at levels over high A ball, to be honest.
You've got to get innings in.
Yep. And we've seen a lot of really young kids throughout the PCL this year force-fed AAA due to lack of numbers on rosters.
Yeah, the pulling up guys is making for some very young ball players, not just pitchers.
That's right. Ferguson, a right-handed batter, .294 with 8 home runs on the season. Warner sets. First pitch, belted foul off the first base side and over the roof. Strike 1. Warner finds himself in a mess here. Double play depth, Memphis infield. Mayfield at third, Correa at second base, Fisher on at first. That's belted into right field. Back it goes. Mieses makes the grab, tagging, and racing for the plate. Mayfield. It's 1-1 ball game. Correa advances to third. Starting it all over. Add a run apiece. With 2 out now, Ferguson a sacrifice fly ball to right. Drives in his 39th.
That's what you want to do. You want to answer that run with your own run.
That'll bring up Kyle Tucker, playing at first base tonight for the first time. Tucker, a PCL All-Star, Player of the Month in the month of May, where he hit 333 with 11 homers and 28 runs batted in. He's tailed off a little bit for the month of July, hitting in the low 200s. But he has 2 aboard and 2 out. And a chance to drive in the go-ahead run down at third. That's Correa. Warner stretch. The pitch. Foul back off his hands and into the screen. Strike 1. Tucker 2 for 3 last night. 3 for 9 for the series.
We got ball boy races going on for the foul balls.
Yes. There's got to be a wager going on between those two.
Oh, yeah.
That was a pretty intense race. Here's the 0-1 set. I checked his swing and fouled it off of Joe Hudson's catcher's mitt, it looked like. Or did it foul off? Yeah, it did. Now it's up on the board as a strike. It's pretty hard to mistake the sound of ball hitting bats.
Yeah.
Field mics being what they are. 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 aboard. We're in the bottom of the first, tied at a run apiece. Warner checks first and throws over there, not in time. Outfield well around toward right. Absolutely no pace to this bottom of the first. The set, the 2 strike, way outside. 1-2. Tucker outside the batter's box, now back in. Slightly closed, left-handed stance, very deep in the box. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 got him. Tucker goes down swinging, but Round Rock ties it. A run on no hits and to left One inning in the books. 1-1 ball game, Memphis and Round Rock. Season 20 of Express Baseball driven by Elder Mitsubishi. That's in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi. Win Express tickets at Elder. Back with the second on the Round Rock Express Radio Network. Carson LaRue's teammates tied it up at 1-1 as we head to the second inning. Mike Capps and Baseball Chat. Broadcasting from the Snyder team at Fairway Independent Mortgage booth here at Dell Diamond. Fans, let Dudley Snyder help make a home loan as easy as possible. Karen and I swear by him. The Snyder team says it's not about the loans, it's about the people we help. Contact Dudley first thing tomorrow, 512-258-0446. So it'll be the lower third of the Memphis Redbirds order, Mieses, Robertson, and Martinez, to face Carson LaRue, who went through that first inning very slowly, giving up 1 run. And threw a total of 30 pitches in that inning. Yes, this big, strapping right-handed batter, 3 to the left side of the infield. A pitch right over the middle, strike 1.
Finally, a first pitch strike.
1 strike to Mieses. Mieses hitting at .378 since coming up from Double-A. 0-1 from LaRue. Found it right back here. Thought we had it in here, but bounces down on the first row. Straight away in the outfield, the wind continues to howl out toward left. LaRue winds the 0-2. Breaking ball popped into left field. Wind has this one. Back it goes. Back to the wall. Leaping. What a catch by Rojas. Right near the .375 mark in left center field.
That young man can play some baseball.
Anywhere you put it. He's played left. He's played center. He's played right. He's played second, third, and short. And there's a rumor about a first baseman's mitt around some places. So Mieses flies to left. That'll bring on Kramer Robertson.
And he'll be up 4th next inning.
Yes, he will. Outfield well around toward right. Kramer, of course, the son of legendary Baylor women's basketball coach. Here's the pitch. Who is right here, right down below us.
I had a chance to visit with his dad last night. He was sitting over there with me.
We're talking about Kim Mulkey. I'm not sure. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I'm not sure the first name of Kramer's dad, but you met him last night, right?
Yes. He's sitting over there by my section taking pictures of his son. He was telling him to swing level last night.
Was he now? No balls and 2 strikes. Outfield around toward right. Swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking pitch upstairs. Nothing in 2.
There are quite a few people here from the greater McGregor area.
Which runs into the greater Robinson and Hewitt areas. If you follow the map. 1-2. Swung on and missed, and the bat goes flying one direction. And Robertson cut down. That's the first punch out for Carson LaRue. 2 gone here in the second inning. That'll bring on third baseman Jose Martinez. Martinez hitless in 4 times last night. 2 for 8 with a homer and 3 runs batted in. Had a 3-run homer in game 1. His second 3-run homer in 9 games played at AAA. Very aggressive young left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Caught the outside edge, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. High drive to right, way back. Wynn's going to knock it out, I think, and right in front of the fence. Drew Ferguson hauls it in and right for the final out in a 1-2-3 second inning. No runs, no hits, none left. 1.5 done at Dell Diamond on Thirsty Thursday and First Responders Night. Round Rock 1 and Memphis 1. Season 20 of Express Baseball driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Here we go. Bottom half of the second inning. 1-1 ball game. It'll be Alex DeGote, Nick Tanlou, and Jamie Ritchie to face Austin Warner. Warner gave up 1 run on no base hits. Walked the bases loaded. Drew Ferguson sacrificed fly to right. Scored him. Jack Mayfield from third. And here we go with DeGote, who had a 3-run homer in here last night. The highlight blow of the comeback inning where Round Rock put 5 on the board. That's up and in, ball 1. That's fouled into the screen off to the right. Warner waiting for DeGote to get back in. Stands with a slightly open right-handed stance, the 1-1. Belted foul third base side, ricocheting into the tarp and out into left field. Lane Thomas trots over to pick it up. One ball and 2 strikes. The pitch, down and out again, 2-2. A little bit more pacing working in the second inning, Jan.
It's going a little bit quicker. Batters need to stay in the box.
Yes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Chopper hit right back to the mound. Warner throws a strike to first. 1 gone here in the second inning for Nick Tanlou, the third baseman. Tanlou, 1 for 9 for the series, and a 2-run homer in game 1.
Boy, he's got them red shoes working tonight.
He does, and it really stands out because he's one of only a very few players, DeGote included, who basically wear their pants as knickers just right below the knees with that black stocking showing, so the red shoes, you can see them on a spy satellite.
We have 5 of our starting lineup has got the socks showing tonight.
Do they? You wrote that down, did you? You did. Oh my heavens! On your score sheet. 1-0. Warner winds and deals. That's slapped into left field. That'll drop right in front of Lane Thomas for a base hit. So Tanlou with his first knock of the night, his second in the series. One ball game, and that'll bring up Jamie Ritchie. Ritchie has had good couple of days. 2 for 4 night last night. 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in. Average up to 250 for Jamie. Double played up Memphis infield. 1-1 tie, bottom of the first. Warner checks the runner at first and deals downstairs, ball 1.
Tannelou's looking a little twitchy over there.
Yeah, he is. Tanlou 1 for 4 on the bases, so you better make those twitches fast. 1-0 set. The pitch. Rifle down the middle. Evens it up at 1-1.
Got to get the ball out of the infield here.
No doubt. Straight away in the outfield. A check at first. The pitch. Bouncing ball down toward third. That's a fair ball. It rolls into the corner. Rounding second, heading for third. Tanlou, they'll stop him there. And into second base with a double. His third double in 2 games. The ball gets loose. Throw to the plate. Slide to the plate. Out at the plate. Oh! I'm not sure that ball got far enough away from anybody to make that move toward the plate.
I don't think that was a very good base running.
So, return throw getting loose. Tanlou had moved to third. Ritchie gets credit for a double. He remains there. Was the throw made by the shortstop? I thought it was.
I couldn't. That's what I've got is
6-2.
7. Yeah, 6-2. Started out and left.
All right, so 1 out now for Josh Rojas, who grounded out to second base his first time up. Tremendous scoring opportunity.
Double, runner out, 7-5-2-1.
7-5-2-1. There you go. That's over the inside edge, ball one. One ball and no strikes. Warner sets, checks second. The pitch. Foul off at home plate by Rojas. Rojas trying to hit a grand slam with one aboard. I mean, he's really trying to amp it up. You know, he's the kind of guy, too, that doesn't need to really try to amp it up. It's going to get amped up.
He just needs to have a nice, good swing at the ball. Doesn't need to be thinking about the fences. These ball players are spending too much time thinking.
One ball and one strike. The unexpurgated baseball jam. 1-1 up and in 2-1.
This pitch brought to you by Gillette.
Two and one. Rojas, deep left-handed crouch. Fouls that one straight back into the screen.
Warner's pitch count's getting up there now.
Yes, it is. Warner steps off.
He's not as far over to the first base side on the rubber as he was.
No,
in the
he's
first
not.
inning.
He's pretty much middled up, hasn't he? 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ripped foul into the seats. First base side ricochets out to Mieses in right field. Saying hello to Diamond Jim Ratzman, who has just tuned in, he's saying hello to Baseball Jam. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Swung at 1, 3 feet wide of the plate. That ends the second inning. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left, 2 in the books. 1-1 ball game from Dell Diamond. Memphis and Round Rock on the Express Radio Network, powered by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. First Responders Appreciation Night here at Dell Diamond. People in our society that, Jan said it so well earlier, put their hearts on the back burner for our hearts and our safety. That's, wow. It's pretty stout.
We've got some great ones around here.
Oh, great ones all over this country, as was witnessed in any one of a number of events over the last 20 years.
Did you know that our usher, Bill Armstrong, his son, is a Round Rock police officer?
I did not know that. Not surprised. Still waiting for the umpire to signal go here.
I think January's getting a drink of water over there.
Is that what we got going on? Yep. Well, that's Malachi.
Oh, is that Malachi?
JJ's the third.
Waiting for coaches.
Well, we don't want to interrupt a cribbage game or anything. Upper third of the order, Randy Arozarena, Ramon Urias, and John Nogowski to face Carson LaRue, who's given up a run on 1 base hit. That one drifts down and away, ball 1. Top half of the third inning. Scoreboard updates brought to you by Caravel Shoes. 55-25 Burnett. That's in Central Austin. 1-0 pitch. Big rip and a miss. On University Oaks near IKEA and Round Rock, the greatest comfort shoe brands around. New Balance, Echo, Brooks, Clarkson, Nayout, and many more than that. The greatest shoe sales staffs in the country. 1-1 from LaRue, up and in, 2-1.
I was at Caravel Shoes 2 weeks ago using my coupon from our program.
Baseball Jan, you just made my day.
Usual excellent service.
They are the best. The 2-1 on the outside edge, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
My mother traveled from San Antonio to Austin for 20 years to buy her shoes at Caravel
How
Shoes.
about that? That is tremendous. 2 balls and 2 strikes. LaRue sets to an outside target. Delivers low and outside, ball 3. Cleveland a 5-3 lead over the Detroit Tigers. Home runs by Luplo, Ramirez. For that 5-3 lead payoff. Roped into left field, a base hit. 2-hit night for Rosarina. That's the way the third inning begins, with the second hit surrendered by Carson LaRue.
Boy, that was just out of Jack's reach.
Jose Ramirez has just struck a 2-run homer, which was the difference maker for the 5-3 Cleveland lead. Reds playing in Cincinnati lead the Cardinals, bottom of the 5th, 3-2. Eugenio Suarez has hit his 24th home run. Cardinals trying for a comeback here. Nationals lead the Braves in Atlanta 8-1, bottom of the 4th. Here's the set, a throw to first, not in time. Back in with a head first dive safely goes to Rosarina. Rays lead the Yankees in doubleheader game 2, 1-0. Aaron Boone kicked out of game 1 of the doubleheader in a profane-laced tirade at the home plate umpire. To set the pitch. Bang down toward third, backhand pickup, throw to first, got him. What a play, backhanded stab by Tanalou, doubling off of Rosarina, 2 out here in the 3rd inning. Best defensive play in this series.
Outstanding play. That's a big league play right there.
No doubt. So 2 gone for John Nogowski. Later on, Astros at Angels. Wade Miley against Matt Harvey. Marlins a 4-3 win over the Padres. Phillies 7-6 over the Dodgers. A very rare Dodgers loss. Red Sox shut out the Blue Jays 5-0. It's travel day in the big leagues. Here's the pitch for some teams. That's down and away, ball 1. Royals a 6-5 winner over the White Sox. Yankees won that game 1 of the doubleheader 6-2. The wind and pitch. Fouled it back to the screen. LaRue with a 1-1 pitch coming up to John Nogowski, who flied to center field his first time. Nogowski had a 15-game hitting streak that began in mid-June and ended on June 30th. LaRue's next pitch tails up and in 2-1. 48 pitches with 2 outs in the 3rd. He's recovered a little bit after giving up 30 in his first inning.
Yeah, he's looking a little quicker.
2-1. That one slides off the outside. 3 balls, 1 strike.
But he's still getting almost a full count on everybody.
Yes, yeah. And you really do hate to have to go to a bullpen this early going into New Orleans, and New Orleans is chasing us below us in the standings by a couple of games. That's belted into center field. On the run, Fisher. On the run, back, and that ball is
Fisher
up, and
lost
it
that
is
ball.
gone. It is gone. It hits the screen just to the right of the 407. Nogowski with his 10th home run. And he belted that one, or 7th home run, his 48th run, batted in 2-1 Memphis. Boy, that was a fat fastball begging to be hit. And the fortunate thing for Round Rock is the double play turned on that liner to Tanalou and back to Tucker at first.
That's right. That double play saved a run.
Raniel Ravello popped to second base his first time. 2 out here in the top of the third. That's over for a strike.
I'm just trying to wake people up back here.
Woke one up. No balls in 1 strike. Outfield overshifted well toward right to pitch. Down and away, 1-1. Ravello had an interesting 2-game or 5-game stretch back in June. Had 2 4-hit games in that 5-game stretch. Popped up behind home plate. Jamie Ritchie off of the mask. Breeze has it, but Jamie adjusts and made it look pretty easy for the final out here in the third. 1 run, 2 hits, none left. 2.5 done here at Dell Diamond. Round Rock trails Memphis 2-1. Season 20 of Express Baseball, driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi. Win Express tickets at Elder. Back in just a moment on AM 1300 The Zone. Round Rock down 2-1 as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. Mike Hampson, Baseball Jan alongside. Mayfield, Correa, and Fisher as we head into the third. Mayfield walked and scored Round Rock's only run on a sacrifice. Drew Ferguson fly ball in the first inning. They have put 2 on the board. A solo run in the first, a 2-out home run by John Nogowski to center field here in the third. First pitch down the heart of the plate to Mayfield, strike 1.
We need to answer that run.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. There's no doubt. Mayfield 2 for 8 with 2 doubles in the series. Swings and fouls it off first base side. 2 quick strikes on Mayfield. We're broadcasting from the Snyder team at Fairway Independent Mortgage booth here at Dell Diamond. Fans on Dudley Snyder guides you through the home loan process. It's all about the people, not about the loans. 512-258-0446. That slides inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Next pitch, fisted foul over the screen and into the stands.
Into my section.
Yeah, but way up above from where you sit, though.
Larry should have had that.
What? It's popped up into the seats behind home plate. Look out below. Fan tried to grab that with both hands, and his hand is smarting. Came up with it, and now he's shaking his hand.
Time to get the beer man over there with the ice.
Yes, sir, and some product.
Oh, there goes Bill Armstrong.
1-2 pitch off the outside. Bill's all over it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's lecturing the fella, too.
Telling him that's not the thing to do.
Well, look out. You're in high traffic area. That served out in the right center field. That'll drop. It'll roll all the way to the fence. Mayfield turns first. Scurries into second base and stands there with a double. Split the outfielders, Mayfield, and with his speed, turned it into anything but a foot race. He's in scoring position right out of the gate here in the third inning. And Round Rock with a tying run in scoring position. That'll bring up Carlos Correa.
That was a nice little gapper. And we need another one.
Correa long, lean, and lanky. 6'4" and 214. Signed in the first round by the Astros out of the Puerto Rican Baseball Academy. That's upstairs, ball 1. One and nothing. The pitch, breaking ball, ooh, pretty good looking pitch.
Boy, I don't see how he took that pitch, especially in this league.
2-0. Warner, the left-hander, sets. Mayfield with a very aggressive secondary lead. That's lined into right field, base hit. Mayfield stopped at third. What in the world? Mickey Story was waving him on. What in the world was that about?
He didn't look like he was even looking at Mickey.
That should have been the tying run right there.
It should. That's too bad base running.
Mickey Story is really quizzing Mayfield here.
I mean, that ball wasn't hit that deep, but still.
Well, Mayfield gets he had a great secondary lead. He gets a decent jump. He's going to score.
He looked like he slowed down about halfway.
Derek Fisher walked his first time. Left-handed matchup. That one drifts off the outside, ball one. You just wonder if he wasn't pulling up a little lame or something. It doesn't appear that way.
He hadn't grabbed anything.
No. Straight away outfield, a 1-0 pitch. Fisher bounces that one down to first, stepping on the bag one, coming to the plate, sliding to the plate, saving the plate. Nogowski's throw way up. No way for Hudson to get him. We're tied at 2. The out at first recorded. Fisher receives an RBI on that. That's his 32nd. We started all over at 2 apiece. Nogowski thought he was going to be able to get Correa at second base, but Correa was off to the races. No chance there. Plus, Correa has very broad shoulders, and Nogowski probably did not see a throwing lane there.
No. I think that was a bit of a neighborhood play there at first base, too.
I'm glad you saw that, too. Here's Drew Ferguson. Round Rock with a go-ahead run in scoring position. 2-2 tie here in the third. The pitch. Belted down toward third.
There we go.
Underneath Martinez and into left field. They'll hold Correa at third. Boy, Martinez has made tremendous plays all throughout this series and simply could not get the wickets down.
The hot corner.
Well, between you and me, that's a playable ground ball.
Yes. You can at least smother it.
Tucker stands in now, his second time to take a look at Austin Warner. He struck out swinging to finish off the first. 2-2 tie. 1 out in this inning. Go ahead run down at third. That's Carlos Correa. Walking around without his batting helmet on, and Mickey Story tells him put it on, for crying out loud. Throw to first, not in time.
See a double steal here?
No, not with Correa. I don't think you're going to see that. You would never hear the end of it if something happened at home plate in a double steal involving Correa. Throw to first, not in time. Boy, he's taking a lot of time between pitches. Let's go. Left-handed matchup. Runners at first and third. That's upstairs, 1-0. Saying hello to our buddy Ryan Micheletti, who has us tuned in. To our buddy down in San Antonio, Daryl Franz, who walks into San Antonio Missions games with his Round Rock Express gear on.
He was here earlier in the week.
A couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
1-0. The pitch. That's fouled off third base side and out of the ballpark it sails. Tucker outside the batter's box again. 1 ball and 1 strike. A run is in on 2 hits and an error in this third inning. Here's the pitch. Tucker belted it right off the glove. Out to the second baseman. Flip throw back and got him for the double play. That one ricocheting off Warner's glove. That ball scorched off Tucker's bat. And it goes 1-4-3 on the double play. Side retired in a whacked out third inning. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We are headed into the 4th inning here with Dell Diamond. 2-2 ballgame, Memphis and Round Rock on the Express Radio Network. Driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi. Win Express tickets at Elder. Back with the 4th on the Express Radio Network. 2-2 ballgame as we play top half of the 4th inning. Mike Capps and Baseball Jan alongside. Dates in Baseball History brought to you by the Brass Tap. 204 East Main, downtown Round Rock. 60 taps, 300 craft beers, daily specials, and live music. The best bar in downtown Round Rock. Voted that 5 of the last 6 years. July the 18th, 1882. Switch pitcher Tony Mullane, he of the flowing golden locks. After pitching the first 3 innings right-handed, he pitched the 4th left-handed. He continued the game pitching left-handed to lefties and right-handed to righties. He was the first switch pitcher in Major League history. Worked until the 9th. Went with 2 outs. Charlie Householder came through with a 2-run homer and the eclipse. Breaking ball down and away to Lane Thomas, ball 1.
I think he used to store his spare glove behind the mound.
Correct. That's correct. The Eclipse lost to the Baltimore Orioles 9-8. The hit gave Householder a season home run total of 1. 1-0 pitch. That's down and away. It did not, however, stop Mr. Mullane of the Louisville Eclipse from becoming the ladies' man in Louisville in the 1880s. Days of Baseball History brought to you by the Brass Tap. 2-0 to Thomas.
Dapper dresser, I bet.
Yeah. That's hit up in the air, out toward right. Ferguson racing over. Makes it look easy for the first out here in the 4th. 1 gone now for Joe Hudson, who hit a fly ball to right for the final out in the 1st inning. So on July the 18th, 1891, after 966 fans showed up to Boston's American Association game. Now, Boston, that was in the big leagues, Boston Reds. They gave the Boston Reds permission to lower ticket prices from 50 to 25 cents. The next game, talk about bargain seekers. Here's the first pitch to Hudson. Breaking ball for a strike. Swung on and missed. $4,723 at the lower price. And they shut out the Louisville Colonels. Probably made it up on beer sales.
Yes, I'm sure they did.
Especially with the Colonels winning.
If you cut the prices, they will come.
No balls and 1 strike. That's driven down the right field side. 2 strikes on Hudson. 45-year-old Cap Anson of the Chicago Colts on July the 18th, 1897 becomes the first major leaguer to get 3,000 career hits. Colts over the Orioles 6-3. Chicago newspapers, however, failed to report the event. Wow. 0-2. Belt it down toward third. Tanalou knocks it down, throws to first and got him. Tanalou's slapping some leather at third tonight.
That can be the difference in a game when you start seeing good defense.
Well, you know, it picks everybody up. You can see everybody on the field get a little pickup from that. To me, each baseball game is a continuum of adrenaline rushes where you need them. Johan Mieses, right-handed power hitter, the pitch up in his eyes, ball 1. 1912 on July 18th. Cubs bang out 21 hits, but the deciding factor in the game against the Phillies, Gabby Cravath, the outfielder, steals home in the 11th inning, giving the Philadelphia Phillies a 2-1 win. 1-1. 1-0 pitch. Belted into the gap in left center field. That ball is up and off the fence and into second base with a double. They called it a home run. I'm not sure that ball went out. But
I didn't see it go out, but the guys out there were sure acting like it was going out.
Yep. So Mieses It's his third home run in the series. That's his fifth overall, and now that'll bring up Kramer Robertson.
Lazy fly balls are going out.
Yep. Well, you get it up into that wind above the roof line, and that wind is steady at 8 to 10 miles an hour. Robertson struck out his first time, as I said, right-handed batter. LaRue down 3-2 the pitch. Breaking ball for a strike. The wind again. LaRue throws a slider, swung on and missed. In 1919, on July the 18th, Babe Ruth produces a change in managers. Tris Speaker, who ran the opponent's, or actually was running the Red Sox then. That's bounced down toward third. We'll have to get to that one when we come back. Throw to first, got him. Side retired, a run on a hit. The Mieses homer, and none left. Middle of the fourth inning, more days in baseball history. Season 20 of Express Baseball, driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi, win Express tickets at Elder. Back in just a moment on AM 1300 The Zone. 3-2 Memphis as we move into the bottom half of the fourth inning. Mike Capps and Baseball Chan back to 1919 on July the 18th. Babe Ruth produces a change in managers for the Red Sox. Tris Speaker, who ran the team from his center field position, signaled for manager Lee Fold to bring in a new reliever to face Ruth in the ninth. Fold misunderstood the instructions, brought in another reliever instead of Myers. Ruth hits his third grand slam of the season. Red Sox over the Indians 8-7. Actually, Speaker was running the Indians that day. After the game, Fold resigned. Speaker became the manager in name as well as in fact. See, it's been confusing in baseball forever.
And they've been stealing signals and making up signals.
Oh, sure. That 8 years later, Ty Cobb, playing now for the Philadelphia A's, doubled for his 4,000th career hits.
Wow.
1929, National League president. On July 18th, John Haler orders the umpires to rub the gloss off new balls. It was an attempt to curb the hitter's home run pop. Didn't work so well, but they still do it.
There's some home run pop going on this year.
You need to get one of the new balls and compare it to a ball from last year if you really want to.
The laces are different.
Markedly, it's harder as well. 1947. Days in baseball history brought to you by the Brass Tap. Ted Williams of the Red Sox had 5 hits and 5 trips for the first time in his career. His 2 homers that day helped, but not enough. Sox lost to the St. Louis Browns. This is one of the rare dates in baseball history where the St. Louis Browns win a game. 9-8 was the score.
That deserves a date in baseball history.
It really does. Alex Zagotti stands in. Warner's first pitch to him. No. Half-hearted swing and a miss, strike one. Here's a wild one from 1948, dates in baseball history. Here's the 0-1. Belted into left center field. Over to cut it off comes the Rosarina. Zagotti with his first knock of the night. 5 hits now given up by Warner. So the tying run on at first for Nick Tanlew, who singled his first time. Check this out, Jan. The first 17 Dodgers coming to the plate against the Cardinals on 9 hits, 6 walks, a fielder's choice, and an error. Dodger pitcher Hank Berman struck out and became the first batter retired at the plate. The really interesting part, however, it was the final out of the second inning in his second trip to the plate. The first 5 outs were made on the base paths. Snap throw back to first.
I bet that scorebook was a mess.
I'm going to tell you, I would suspect that the official scorer probably quit and went to the nearest watering hole.
Man, it started out there.
That's another point I hadn't thought about. A long set of check at first, the pitch. That's dropped over the outside edge for strike. 1948, same day, Fat Pat Siri of Chicago becomes the third modern major leaguer and the fifth overall to hit 4 home runs in one game. White Sox over the Philadelphia A's 12-11 in 11 innings. Fat Pat Siri.
Was that P-H-A-T?
No, sir. No, ma'am. That's lifted up into left center field. Racing over, and Lane Thomas puts it away. 1 out now for Jamie Ritchie, who doubled his first time. So, a 3-2 Memphis lead. Baseball Channel love this next Dayton baseball history, so will you. Here's the pitch. Ripping a miss, strike one. 1954, first game of a doubleheader on July the 18th. Ran 10 innings. Phillies over the Cardinals 11-10. The nightcap really was a nightcap. Starting at 6:48 in the evening. In the fifth, it was getting dark. The Cardinals losing 8-1. Here's where it gets interesting. Here's the 0-1 from Warner, the pitch. Dives down and in, 1-1. Wanting to stall in hopes the game would not become official, Cardinals pitcher Cott Deal sparked an argument between his catcher, Sal Yavars, and Earl Torgeson of the Phillies. When the fight broke out, and it was destined to break out, another throw to first, not in time. Umpire Bay Pinelli into the game. Philadelphia won 9-0 on a forfeit. St. Louis manager Eddie Stanky, Yavars, and Torgeson all fined and suspended for 10 days each.
What year was that?
1954. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, called, strike two. Gene Woodling, pretty decent ball player in his time in 1957. Playing for Cleveland, tied a major league record, throwing out 2 Washington runners in the first inning from left field. One ball, 2 strikes, swing and a miss, up and in with a 91-mile-an-hour cutter. Third strikeout for Warner, 2 gone in the fourth inning, and back to the top for Josh Rojas, who struck out and grounded out.
He's due.
He is indeed. Gil Hodges of the Dodgers, also in 1957 on July 18th, ties a National League record, hitting the 12th Grand Slam of his career. Record set by Rogers Hornsby, duplicated by Ralph Kiner, and Gil Hodges. Hodges should be in the Hall of Fame, I'm telling you.
Oh, yes.
The pitch, Rojas watches that one dance inside, ball one. In the Nattering Nabob category from 1961, Commissioner Ford Frick decrees a player must break Babe Ruth's home run record within 154 games to avoid a distinctive mark in the record book. Maris and Mantle were both ahead of the record pace at the time. 1-0, high and wide for a call, strike one. It is very interesting to note, however, and understand that Ford Frick was the PR man for the New York Yankees during the Ruth era.
Protecting the legacy.
Well, Frick.
And there really wasn't an asterisk.
No, there really wasn't. Only in Ford Frick's feeble little mind. 1 ball and 1 strike. Warner sets and throws back to first again. Not in time. He can make that throw over there 17 more times right now, and he still will not get Alex Degody. One and one. The pitch to Rojas, ripping a miss, strike two. 1970, Willie Mays of the Giants gets his 3,000th base hit. Giants over the Expos 10-1. Ended his career with 3,283.
Terrific ball player to watch.
Incredibly so.
5 tools, all 5.
No question. 1-2. Way off the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Warner absolutely operating on a sundial here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There goes DeGote. That's belted into left field. Back it goes. Back, and caught at the wall. Or he bounced. It's over for a homer. We can't see it. We could not tell from right here, but it was a home run for Rojas. His 3rd in the last 2 nights. A 2-run shot, and Round Rock takes a 4-3 lead.
And out come the homer hats.
Our apologies. Those lights come up very, very brightly, and you simply can't see the fly to the baseball. Even on the replay, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, those lights, that scoreboard out there is very distracting. I see Nathan is my designated hat down there.
So 4-3 now. Jack Mayfield stands in. Rojas has had a field day with home runs in this series. Strike 1 called. Mayfield has a double, a walk. He scored 2 of Round Rock's 4. 4-3. E-Train here in the 4th. The pitch. Big over the top curve. Called strike 2.
77 miles an hour.
Well,
I drove faster than that getting here tonight.
0-2 pitch. That's fouled off first base side. You can go right out into traffic on 79 right now. You won't be able to catch anybody going 77 because they'll be going flying by you so fast. Final date in baseball history. 0-2 pitch, swung on a miss. We'll talk about it in the top half of the 5th. 2 runs on 2 hits. The big blast, the Rojas homer, and none left. Headed to the 5th, 4-3 Round Rock. Season 20 of Express Baseball, driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi. Win Express tickets at Elder. 5th inning coming up on the Express Radio Network. Carson LaRue pitches into the 5th inning with a 4-3 lead. He'll be looking at 9-1-2 Martinez, Rosarina, and Urias. Round Rock Express moved down to the Shrine on Airline for the final 3 games ever against the New Orleans Baby Cakes. They were the Zephyrs when we started there. First time we called games there was for the Nashville Sounds in 1997. And I'll tell you, we're talking about this on my weekly radio appearance in Waco. And I'll tell you, Jan, it's a melancholy time. It's really going to be difficult to say goodbye to all those people. Here's Martinez looking at one high and wide, ball 1.
I remember when we were rooting for the New Orleans Zephyrs when they got kicked out of their stadium because of a hurricane, and they played a playoff game here.
Yes, they did.
And we all came and supported the Zephyrs.
1-0 pitch to Martinez. High in the air. It's high sky time. Back goes the shortstop, and the ball's dropped by the left fielder Rojas and into second base with a double. Will go Martinez. That's one of those. Mayfield really had a beat on it coming out from shortstop. It really is the outfielder's ball. End of the day, the high sky may have been the culprit for all of it.
Well, there were 5 guys out there that somebody should have caught it. Saying hello to Jackson Ryan, he slid in here.
Well, he's going to be doing the first game of the 3-game series when we come back.
Shout out to my buddy.
First game or the third game?
Shout out to my buddy out in Colorado. Dale Lewis has us tuned in.
That's great. Tying run in scoring position. No one out for a Rosarina. The pitch, breaking ball, big over the top curve. Final date in baseball history, 1995 on July 18th. After manager Charlie Kerfeld, who now comes through here as a big-time associate general manager, managing the Abilene Prairie Dogs in the Texas-Louisiana League, 1-0 pitch on the outside edge, was ejected. Public address announcer Dave Andrews read an advertisement for lens crafters, an eyeglass chain. Umpire ejected Andrews, who was fined $50. Fans raised the fine money. 1-1 to our Rosarina. That's a little tapper hit down toward short. Mayfield scoops it, bobbles it. All hands are safe. That ball came off the bat and maybe off the home plate and had a crazy spin to it. And when it hit the grass, the spin became crazier. So they're going to give him a base hit on that. Third base hit of the night for Rosarina. Runners at the corners now. So anyway, Kerfeld, the Prairie Dogs manager, ejected, as was the public address announcer. The fine, $50. Fans raised the fine money, gave the balance to a charity for the visually impaired.
Perfect. Wasn't Kerfeld one of them that ordered pizza out into the bullpen?
That's with Houston. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, a strike. He pretty much broke the mold with Charlie Kerfeld. He's through here 2-3 times a year. No balls and 1 strike. Days in baseball history always brought to you by the Brass Tap. 5th inning. Runners at the corners and no one out. The pitch. Inside, 1-1.
Time for a ground ball double play.
Yep. The set again. LaRue's pitch. Rip foul third base side.
Error on the coach.
Third base coach bobbled it. So a long look in. LaRue comes set again, checking third. Runners at first and third. The 1-2 on the way. Cued foul behind home plate. Urias remains down in the count, 1-2. Saying hello to Sweetheart Karen, who's been at a church meeting and now has us tuned in. One and two. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 2-2. You'll trade the tying run for 2 outs here.
Yes. We need to get out of this inning.
We have no one out. We need to get out sooner rather than later. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. High pop-up out in the left center field.
Another fly ball.
Yep. Rojas now finds it, puts it away, tagging and scoring. Throw to second base, nobody there. Run scores, we're tied at 4, and into second base, sliding safely, goes to Rosarina. So 1 out now. Urias with his 20th run batted in.
Dangerous guy coming up.
Yes, ma'am. John Nogowski hit a home run that gave them the 2-1 lead in the third. Hit it to the screen just to the right of the 407 mark in left center field. Infielders back. Runner at second to Rosarina with a huge and very aggressive lead. The pitch. That's out of here. Not even close. That ball is way up over the bullpen and gone. A 2-homer night for Nogowski. Fat fastball down the middle at 90 miles an hour. Got to do better than that. 2-run homer for Nogowski. His second and third runs batted in. And that makes it 6-4 in Memphis.
Well, at least he ran quickly around the bases.
6 for Birds as Raniel Ravello stands in with still only 1 out. A wind and pitch. Hit on the ground sharply to second base. Scooped up. DeGote throws him out. 2 out now. That'll bring up Lane Thomas, 0 for 1 with a walk. You can take these solo home runs, but you begin to get multiple runs scoring on home runs, and you dig yourself in a 2-run hole, which is exactly what has happened now.
Puts a lot of pressure.
Well, but we saw it happen last night, and it's happened so many times. Here's the pitch. It's popped way up into right field, and a fair ball. It bounces into the stands for a ground rule double. Ferguson never saw it.
No, he had to lose that up in the sky. Because that was just a pop.
So Thomas with his 14th double. LaRue now has given up 7 base hits.
Anybody warming up yet?
Nope. Catcher Joe Hudson stands in. LaRue deals down and in, ball 1. Three runs are in. They've taken the lead again. 6-4 this time. 1 ball and no strikes to Hudson. The pitch down and away. 2-0. Outfield well around toward right. This is a very wicked high sky night.
Yeah, there's no clouds at all.
No, none whatsoever. And it's a very deep purplish with a little bit of a red hue off to the left. 2-0 set. The pitch, cut on and foul tipped into Richie's mitt. 2-1.
Well, that wind is picking up again.
Yes, it is. Two balls and 1 strike. The set. The pitch down and away, ball 3. Hudson outside the batter's box. Baseball Jan's trying to dial in her spy satellite. 3-1 set. Long hold, LaRue's pitch. Over for a call, strike 2.
Gudon's starting to handle baseballs out
Good.
there.
Three to the left side of the Round Rock infield. 3-2 pitch coming up to Hudson. The pitch. Served out in the right. That's a base hit. Racing for the plate. And scoring comes Thomas. 7-4 now. And this is about to get out of control for young LaRue. Hudson's first hit of the night. His 20th run batted in, and that brings Johan Mieses, who came up with a 2-out homer in the 4th, and Drew French comes out to have a chat with the right-hander, LaRue.
I think the slow pace of this game is making our fielders a little sluggish, too.
I think it is. I agree wholeheartedly. It always does. I mean, we see this night after night. We continue to play these 3-hour and 30-minute plus games.
warming again in the Round Rock bullpen, number 40, left-hander Kit Sheets.
Kit Sheets up in the Round Rock bullpen.
Yeah, these ball players are spending too much time backing out of the batter's box. I'm starting to blame analytics a little bit on that.
Are you?
Well, I like analytics. It gives you good information. Fantasy baseball is built on it. But I think these ball players are spending too much time thinking when the game starts. They need to just get up there and do their job and quit thinking about it after every pitch.
3 straight days in New Orleans starts tomorrow. Our final 3 times into the Shrine on Airline. Mies is ready to go now, as is Carson LaRue. 7-4 Memphis, 5th inning. The pitch popped up right here in front of us. Let's see where it will land. Look out below. One strike on Mieses. Different start times on all 3 games. 6:45 pregame tomorrow for the Baby Cakes. 7 o'clock first pitch. 5:45 on Saturday. 6 o'clock first pitch. And 12:45 and 1 on the nose on Sunday.
That's going to be a warm game.
I think so. 0-1 pitch. Pop foul, third base side. Let's see if Tantaloo has room. Near the dugout he does. And mercifully this inning comes to an end. 4 score on a total of 5 base hits. They strand 1. And at the end of 4.5, we're halfway home. 7-4 Memphis over Round Rock. Season 20 of Express Baseball, driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi, Win Express tickets at Elder. Home half of the 5th next on AM 1300 The Zone. Carlos Correa has started out. Round Rock finds itself in a 3-run hole now as Carson LaRue gives up a total of 4 runs on 5 hits in that 5th inning. And let's see how Correa does. He's 1 for 1 with a walk against the left-hander, Austin Warner. Here's the pitch. That dives down and away, ball 1. 77 on the slider. Correa was hitting at 295 when he went down with that broken rib. Big swing and a miss. 91 miles an hour upstairs. Nobody catches up with that, not even Carlos Correa.
It was a good pitch, especially after that 77 mile an hour.
Yes, indeed it was. Warner now with a 3-run advantage here. The 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball down toward first. Nagowski takes it to the bag himself. So Correa retired. 1 out in the 5th inning. No pitcher posted for the 7 o'clock start in New Orleans tomorrow night. Right-hander Joe Gunkel goes for the New Orleans Baseball Club, formerly known as Zephyrs, now known as the Baby Cakes.
Have they got a name for Wichita's team yet?
I have not seen it yet. I would not think you'd see one probably before the 1st of maybe November. Marketing people are mulling over it, I would bet, as we speak.
They'll probably have an election team.
Derek Fisher swings through a slider and misses, strike 1. They have been the Wichita Wranglers at AA. Big over the top curve, misses inside to Fisher. Fisher drove in a run with a ground out back in the 3rd and walked in the 1st. Warner's next pitch, fouled off. Scoring updates brought to you by Caravel Shoes. 5525 Burnett, that's in Central Austin on University Oaks near IKEA in Round Rock. Finest comfort shoe lines for men and women and the greatest personalized service in the entire shoe industry. First to the PCL, Nashville. Top half of the 5th inning, leading San Antonio down at the Wolf 2-1.
Yay.
1-2. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. New Orleans playing in Omaha, a 6-5 Cakes lead. They're playing in the middle of the 5th. Oklahoma City beating Iowa this afternoon 18-5.
Oh.
2-2 into tights. 3 balls, 2 strikes. In case you haven't noticed scores from the Pacific Coast League over the last 10 days, Oklahoma City has revamped all but 2 of its daily lineup.
Jeez.
They brought in some, well, that's why Round Rock lost 4 of 5 up there. Payoff pitch down and away, ball 4. Third walk given up by Warner. The first one, that's actually the 4th. The first 3 were with 1 out in the first.
Yeah, it's first walk since he walked the bases loaded.
That's right. That was in the first. Right. Exactly. Major League scores on the scoreboard update brought to you by Caravel coming up post haste. Drew Ferguson looks at one, fired high and tight, ball 1. Warner taking a lot of time. Ferguson backs out. Warner backs off. Back and forth it goes.
Come on, guys.
Little speed up needed. 1-0 set to pitch. Right down Main. A ball and a strike. The batter, Drew Ferguson. Warner just taking loads of time here. Sets it 1-1. Deals. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Cardinals now taking over the lead from the Reds in Cincinnati. 7-4, bottom of the 7th. Nationals a 10-3 advantage, bottom of the 6th inning against the Braves in Atlanta. Yankees won game 1 of the doubleheader against the Rays. They lead 5-1 in the bottom half of the 6th inning at Yankee Stadium. Astros 5, Angels nothing, bottom half of the 3rd. Astros doing a number on the Angels for the 2nd day in a row. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's the 5th punch out for Austin Warner. That'll bring on Kyle Tucker, who's hitless in 2 times. 7-4 Memphis. Playing in the bottom half of the 5th inning here at Dell Diamond. Though Tucker takes his time as he stands in. Throw to first, not in time. Round Rock returns to Dell Diamond a week ahead of tonight. That's fouled off. For a 3-game series against the Omaha Storm Chasers. Then out for 3 at Iowa, back to settle in for an 7-game homestand. First 3 against Fresno and then 4 against Sacramento. And we'll be on into August by then. 0-1 off the outside. Say that again.
I'm looking forward to the Fresno series.
I am too. See what the Washington Nationals have going on.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen them in the Pacific Coast League since they were in New Orleans when we actually started in the PCL in 05. They were the team that moved in there after the Astros came up here. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
And then Brad Holman, their pitching coach.
He is indeed.
I'll have to make him some peanut brittle.
Yes. 1-2. Left-handed matchup. The pitch way off the outside. 2-2. 7-8-1 Memphis. 4-6-1 Round Rock. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Flags standing straight out toward left. 2-2 the pitch. Rip and a miss, strike 3. Tucker goes down swinging for the second time, and so do the Express in the 5th. No runs, no hits, 1 left. 6th inning on the way, 7-4 Memphis. Season 20 of Express Baseball, driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Call to the bullpen as we enter the 6th inning, brought to you by True West Credit Union. 4 Austin area locations, easy access through online banking. True West takes care of all your banking needs. Visit True West, TRUWEST.org today. Left-hander Kid Sheets comes on for the Round Rock Express. Sheets, no record in now 13 appearances, 6.75 ERA. Sheets against these guys has made no appearances on the year. Takes over for Carson LaRue, a rough go for LaRue. 7 runs on a total of 8 base hits surrendered. Struck out 1, walked 2, and leaves on the hook for the loss. So, Round Rock with work to do, not only offensively, but for Kid Sheets here. He'll look at the lower 2 in the order. Robertson, Martinez, and back to the top for Randy Arozarena as we head into the 6th inning. Broadcasting from the Snyder team at Fairway Independent Mortgage booth here at Dell Diamond. Fans, home loans do not have to be a daunting process. Let Dudley Snyder guide you through the process. It's about the people, not about the loans. 512-258-0446. Kramer Robertson looks at one upstairs, ball 1. Robertson hitless in 2 times on the night. Coming off a 2-for-4 night last night with an RBI single. The 1st inning and a single in the 8th. Sheets winds it up. Throws it over the top, bounced out towards short. Scoop there. Mayfield guns to first and got him. So 1 out now as we move into this 6th inning. And it brings on Jose Martinez, who doubled and scored one of the 4 runs on 5 hits in the 5th. That has, for now, blown the doors off the Express. They trail by 3, 7-4.
Final lineup: Express starter right-hander Carson LaRue. 5 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks.
Outfield well around toward right. 3 to the left side of the infield for Martinez. Switch hitting right-handed. Here's the pitch. Big over the top curve. Misses high and wide. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The pitch. Rip and a miss. Nice sink to that 91-mile-an-hour heater.
And he's pitching a little quicker, too.
He is. He's really moving it along. Boy, Fisher, 12-15 strides toward right out in center. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. That's fouled off first base side.
They shifted to the left in the infield and to the right in the outfield.
Seeing more and more of this the deeper we get into the summertime. One ball, 2 strikes. Sheets delivers. Swing and a miss. Got him with a change. Really pulled the string on that big over-the-top changeup. First punch out for Sheets. 2 gone in the 6th. And back to the top for Randy Arozarena, who's 3 for 3. Has doubled once, singled twice, and scored 2 of their 7 runs. Right-handed batter against Sheets. The kick, and he comes from the side. It misses low and outside. Ball 1.
No shift.
You scared me to death.
Look at it.
I
It's
know.
odd.
1-0. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 90 upstairs. I'm pretty sure he won't do it, but I'd like to see him come right back up and in with fastballs the next 2 pitches. 1-1. Off speed, dancing off the outside, bouncing away. 2 balls, 1 strike.
If he had a rising fastball,
Yeah.
that'd be the time to do it.
Well, I saw Kat Osterman here. She had a rising fastball. Maybe we could put her in. Huh?
She'd be tough to hit.
2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Up and away, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Next pitch. Up and out, ball 4. So a 2-out walk puts a Rosarina on for the 4th time. First free pass issued by Kit Sheets. Ramon Urias is 0 for 1 with a walk. He drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning and walked behind the Rosarino double back in the 1st. Sidearm slider down and in, ball 1 to Urias. One ball and no strikes, and as it's gotten completely dark here at the ballpark, as it does every summer night it seems, here's the pitch. That's over the outside edge. When it becomes fully dark, the winds really pick up off the Gulf of Mexico, blowing out toward left.
Are there layers of dark?
This is a veiled insult served up by Baseball Jan, who is about to get the hook. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Shout out to Bill Mercer.
There's a pitch, gets away, and a steal of second for Rosarina, his 3rd. In 5 tries. Talked to him today, by the way. Gave you his best wishes. His granddaughter, Emma Tiedemann, is a broadcaster for the Lexington Legends, and they have given her a full-time gig. This has been part-time for the first couple of years, but she has really settled into that community. I don't know if you've tuned her in, Jan, but you should. She is an excellent, excellent baseball broadcaster.
That's outstanding. She's got it in her blood.
Yes, she does. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 out. Sheets trying to finish off Urias and get out of this inning. The pitch. Up and in, 3-1. Talking about Charlie Kerfeld earlier, and season ticket holder Tom Winter says he met Charlie back in '96 when he was managing in Washington State. Grays Harbor Gulls, old Western League, now defunct. That's over the inside edge, strike 2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Long look in by Sheets. And backing out Urias, time called.
You know, they don't even ask for time anymore. They just back out.
That's it.
Umps need to start calling a strike.
Yep, 3-2. Long set. Now the pitch. Belted into center field. That'll score a run. Over to cut it off comes Fisher. And here comes the throw into second base. It's not in time. An RBI double. With all of this with 2 outs. It came about when he walked Rosarina. And it's 8-4 now.
Oh, those base on balls.
With 2 out especially. Second run batted in for Urias. And on a night San Antonio is losing down at the Wolf, Round Rock's fallen behind 8-4.
Nagowski's a dangerous cat.
Oh, he only has 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in on the night. The set. Checking second. Sheets delivers. Upstairs and outside, ball one. Long look in. Now the set. The pitch. Down and in, 2-0. Eight strikes served up by Sheets. 11 out of the zone. Eight, 9-1. Redbirds 4-6-1 Round Rock. Sheets sets. 2-0. Backdoor slider, high, ball 3.
It's taken a long time between pitches.
Long time between pitches, and just watching the body language of the fielders, this is painful for them. 3-0. Checking second again. 3-0 to Nogowski. Strike one at the knees. Sheets sets at 3-1. Delivers. Bounce down towards second. Scooped up. DeGote throws him out, and mercifully this inning comes to an end. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left. Middle of the 6th inning. 8-4 Memphis over Round Rock. Season 20 of Express Baseball, driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi. Win Express tickets at Elder. Home half of the 6th next on AM 1300 The Zone. Austin Werner's teammates now have staked him to an 8-4 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Mike Hampson, Baseball Jan, reminding you we're on the air from the Shrine on Airline, a 6:45 pregame on Friday evening, and a 7 o'clock first pitch. Saturday, 5:45 and 6 o'clock. And Sunday, our final game ever at the Shrine on Airline, a 12:45 pregame and a 1 o'clock first pitch. Day off on Monday, and we start back here on Tuesday, not Thursday, as I said before. I was in error, which would not be the first time that's ever happened. Alex DeGote to start it out. Warner winds, the left-hander fires downstairs, ball 1. DeGote has a single and 2 times. Big 3-run homer from him last night. Right-hander Junior Hernandez loosens in the Memphis pen. Here's the 1-0. Left that one upstairs. You got to hand it to Austin Warner, Jan. Here's a guy who was not drafted, had to go the independent league route, and has been banged around a little bit at Double-A, but he's pitching very, very well here tonight. 2-0.
Helps when your team scores runs for you.
Yes,
Gives
it does.
you a little confidence out there to go after batters.
No doubt that's a strike. DeGote, 2 balls and 1 strike. Bottom of the 6th, 8-4 Memphis. 2-1. The pitch. Banged out toward right. Over comes Mieses, waits on it, puts it away. Mieses looks like a linebacker as he runs across that outfield grass.
Warner is starting to give up more fly balls.
Yes.
So maybe we'll be able to get to him.
1 out as DeGote's retired. Nick Tanlew's 1 for 2, singling with 1 out back in the 2nd inning. Round Rock needing base runners and runs here. That's upstairs. 1-0. The wind up, the 1-0 to Tanlew. 85-mile-an-hour slider down and in for a strike. One ball and one strike. The pitch. Belted foul out of the ballpark, first base side, strike two. Fans new at Dell Diamond in 2019, the home run dugout and bullpen bar. Tremendous new technology in the home run dugout. No more sweaty batting helmets. Air-conditioned comfort. You can pick the ballpark you want to hit in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's down and in, 2-2. If you think Top Golf for baseball, it's home run dugout. You need reservations, 512-255-BALL. The bullpen bar, you do not need reservations. Have you been over there?
Great place.
It is awesome. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The wind up to pitch. Hammered into left field. Thomas decides wisely to play it on one hop. Second hit of the night, second single for DeGote. 7 hits now given up by Warner. And that'll bring on Jamie Ritchie, who doubled behind the Tanaloo single back in the second inning. 8-4 Memphis. Let's see if Ritchie can keep the assembly line moving here. The pitch. Over the outside edge for a strike. Wind really whipping the flags out toward left. 1 strike set, and Warner steps off.
Junior Fernandez is warming up out there in the Memphis bullpen.
Yes. 0-1. Way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Warner slows the pace. Tanaloo with an aggressive lead at first. A check at first, a throw over, not in time. Tanaloo 1 for 4 on the bases. Not a likely candidate to run here. Not trailing by 4 runs.
Yeah, I think he's stalling out there.
One pitch. Belted into center field. This is playable. Rosarina moves over to left center to grab it. So 2 gone now. That'll bring up Josh Rojas, who has a 2-run homer in 3 times. Has 3 homers his last 2 games. You'd really like to eke out at least 1 run here.
Yeah, we're leaving too many men on base.
Rojas outside the batter's box, now walks up. Base hits in 13 of his last 15, 5 home runs in that stretch. The pitch. Chopper foul up the first base side, strike 1. 2 home runs, 3 runs batted in last night. He's 5 for 12 in this series, 3 of those homers. 3-run shot in the 3rd, 2-run shot with 2 out in the 7th. Actually, solo shot early, 2-run shot late. The pitch, way outside, 1-1. That's the 103rd pitch served up by this left-hander. I'm surprised he's still in there.
I am too.
Check at first, the pitch. Breaking ball over the outside corner, strike 2. Infielders and outfielders from both teams have been on their heels most of this game. It's moved so slowly. 1-2. Fouled off the hands and back into the screen.
In 2018, Warner threw a complete game shutout.
At Double-A?
Yeah.
Quite an achievement for someone coming from the Division III ranks and not attracting any attention until he got into the Independent League ranks. 1-2. Now the set, the pitch, in the dirt, smothered by Hudson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outside the batter's box, now back in, off the mound, now back on. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another throw to first, not in time.
He needs to worry about that man at the plate.
Understand, there's a 4-run lead here. Tanaloo is not going to be going here. Unless it's not going now. That's down and away, ball 3. Now you may see him take off.
Yeah. 3-2.
Long set by Warner. The pitch. Did he go with the hands? Yes, sir. Strike 3. So Rojas goes down swinging, side retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the 7th. 8-4 Memphis over Round Rock. Season 20 of Express Baseball driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Mike Campson, Baseball Jan alongside as we head to the 7th. Kid Sheets back out to work it. He gave up 1 run on 1 base hit, a walk, a stolen base, and the RBI doubled by Ramon Urias. He'll be looking at 4, 5, and 6. Ravello, Thomas, and Hudson. Top half of the 7th inning. Memphis trying to escape with a series split. Round Rock trying to win it. E-Train with an uphill battle over these next 3 innings. Sheets winds. The left-hander fires to the right-handed swinging Ravello. Chopped down towards short. Face high hop. Easy throw to first. Got that throw pulled. Jones off the bag. So that's the first out here in the 7th inning. That was very, very dangerous.
Well, at least it was 1 pitch and 1 out.
That'll bring on Lane Thomas, who doubled and scored in that 4-run, 5-hit 5th.
That was that ground rule double.
Yes. First pitch, fastball over the inner third, strike 1. Oh, 1. That's ripped foul into the seats, first base side. Boy, that hit a chair flush, and somebody fell down going after the little kids, a couple of them.
They fall pretty well.
They did. It doesn't appear that any bones were broken or anything untoward happened to them.
At that age, they bounce well.
0-2 pitch. 1 ball. That's terrible. That is unbelievably bad. 1-2. Sheets deals. Popped into center field. In comes Fisher, and he comes. And nobody talked in right and center field, and the ball fell in.
Sluggish. I don't know what that was. I don't know if he lost it in the lights.
Well, that's the second base hit given up by Sheets. 2-hit night for Thomas brings on Joe Hudson, who has an RBI single and 3 times up. Wow. Lethargic begins to tell the tale. 3 to the left side of the infield. Right-handed hitting Hudson. The pitch. Breaking ball down and in, ball one.
Are y'all taking a bus to New Orleans tonight?
Oh, no. Flying out at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Flying home being 10 or so on Sunday night with a full off day on Monday. The set at 1-0. Throw to first, not in time. One ball, no strikes. Sheets moving very ponderously here. Left-hander sets, checks first. Deals. Way outside, ball two. Hudson drove in a run with a single in the 4-run fifth inning. Two balls and no strikes. Check at first. Long hold the pitch. On the inside edge of Dandy, strike one. From the Caravelle Shoe scoreboard update, Astros 6, Angels nothing. They've moved to the top half of the sixth inning in Anaheim. Snap throw back to first, not in time. Likely you're not going to get somebody that way. They have to be way away from the bag before that works. Two and one. The pitch, runner goes, swung on and missed. Thrown out to second. Bobbled by DeGote, and all hands are safe. 10th stolen base on the season for Thomas. He's in scoring position, but better than that from Memphis. No easy double play possible here. So a 2-2 pitch coming up to Joe Hudson. Round Rock down 8-4 to the Memphis Redbirds, who threaten here with one out and a runner in scoring position in the seventh inning. Bell tie set. Look at second, deals, swing and a miss, strike three, got it. So the second strikeout for Sheets. Two gone now for Johan Mieses, who has a homer in 3 times. They list him at 6'2" and 185. This kid is about 215, 220 at 6'2".
Oh, at least.
The set. Sheets pitch. Rifle to the middle, bell tie for a strike.
That must have been his single A weight.
Signing weight. He probably began to eat well when he was in single A. But you know, so many teams now, Jan. Here's the 0-1. Sheets, a long hold, delivers. That's popped up first base side. Let's see if the Braves will bring it back to Taylor Jones. He's camped under it, makes the grab backhanded. Had to adjust to the wind, but put it away for the final out in the seventh. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. At the seventh inning stretch, Memphis 8, Round Rock 4. Back on the Express Radio Network. Total of the program brought to you by True West Credit Union, 4 Austin area locations. Easy access to online banking. True West takes care of all your banking needs. Visit truewest.org today. Brand new right-hander on for the Memphis Redbirds. When he turns around, we'll give you his number. 8-10-1 Memphis, 4-7-1 Round Rock. That's right-hander Junior Fernandez. What a job by the left-hander, Austin Warner. Gives up 4 runs on 7 hits, strikes out 6, walks 3, leaves as the pitcher of record on the winning side. And Fernandez takes over. His second time to pitch in this series. Overall, Fernandez, it makes his 8th appearance. No record of .79 ERA. And this is his second time out against the Round Rock Express. 2 shutout innings, 1 base hit, struck out 4 and walked 1. So he was very effective in game 1 of this series. Extra long 7th inning stretch on First Responders Night out here. So here we go. It'll be Jack Mayfield, Carlos Correa, and Derek Fisher. 7th inning, Jan. Time to make the move.
It's starting to get late. But you know, base hit, double, home run. We're back in it.
Couple of walks. Or put up 7 and make yourself known. Mayfield has a double in 2 times, has walked and scored 2 runs. Fernandez sets and brings it. Fouled off at home plate, strike 1. Have a sneaking suspicion we're going to get a little bit quicker work out of Junior Fernandez.
I would hope so.
4 walks, 7 strikeouts, 1 home run.
1 strike to Mayfield.
He didn't like that baseball.
Mayfield outside the box, now back in. Correa waits on deck. Deep bend at the waist for Fernandez. Straightens up to a belt high set. Deals 1-1. Foul back into the screen. A ball and 2 strikes. Outside target. Kick, and Fernandez delivers down and away. Missed about 6 inches wide. And Mayfield with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Next pitch. Fouled out of the ballpark, third base side. Well, you talk about getting a bat head out quickly. 84-mile-an-hour slider, and Mayfield was way out ahead.
Yeah, his eyes got big.
They did. They really, truly did. One and 2. The pitch. That's bang foul over the first base side, Ruth.
Giving away souvenirs.
One and 2. Fernandez comes set again. The next pitch, did he go with the hands? Yes, sir. So Mayfield goes down swinging. First punch out for Junior Fernandez. And it brings up Carlos Correa, who has a single in 2 times, has walked. Very lethargic baseball game all the way around. An 8-4 Memphis lead.
Sluggish game. Everybody is sluggish.
Correa, right-handed batter, rehabbing the broken rib. Fernandez sets, kicks. That's belted out into right field. That will drop in fair. Correa turns first, heads to second base. Mieses have trouble picking it up, and Correa will stop at second base. He thought about it. He thought about it after Mieses had fallen and begun to regain his balance.
And he didn't catch the coach's gestures either.
No.
He was looking back at the play instead of looking at his third base coach.
Derek Fisher is 0 for 1, drove in a run with a ground out back in the third. He's walked twice. Let's see if Round Rock can put something together and get back in this game. They trail 8-4 here with one out in the bottom of the seventh. A long look in. Fernandez sets and deals. On the inside edge, strike one. Fernandez continues that deep bend at the waist. Sets it 0-1. Delivers. Bouncing ball foul up the first base side. 0-2 to Fisher. No pitcher posted yet for the Round Rock Express. Right-hander Joe Gunkel goes for New Orleans. No balls and 2 strikes to set again. Time call.
Gonna get you some good eats in New Orleans?
I am going to lunch with Ron Swoboda and the former official scorer and Peter Barricare, who was the longtime baseball writer for the Times-Picayune.
Sounds like a dangerous group.
Unfortunately, it is. 0-2 pitch way outside. Now, when you have 3 days, you're pretty limited on what you can do, especially when the game times change like these do.
Yeah, that day game's going to throw a kink into it.
Well, that's day game escape, though.
Yeah, is that a league-wide day games?
I don't think so. I don't think so. This is a courtesy to us to get home for a full off day without having to fly on off day. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boy, Hernandez has now begun to slow it up. 1-2. Fouled it back to the screen.
Quicksand down the mound.
Scoreboard updates brought to you by Caravel Shoes, 5525 Burnett. That's in Austin on University Oaks near IKEA and Round Rock. Greatest shoe sales staffs in the country. No one close. And the finest comfort shoes around. Bottom of the 7th inning in Minneapolis. A's 3, Twins 1. Jurickson Profar has hit his 14th. Ramon Laureano, former Astros prospect. 2 for 3 for the A's. 1-2, dives down and in. 2-2. Nationals, top of the 9th, lead the Braves in Atlanta 13-4. Third baseman Charlie Culberson now pitching for Atlanta. Astros 6, Rangers 1. Bregman with his 25th. Springer with his 22nd. Yordan Alvarez 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in himself.
What a player.
2-2. Hit right to second base. Fielded easily by Urias. Down to third goes Correa. 2 out now as Fisher's gone down. That'll bring on Drew Ferguson, who's 0 for 2. Drove in a run back in the first with a sacrifice fly. Brewers and Diamondbacks in Phoenix, 1-1, bottom half of the 4th inning. Mets 1-0 in San Francisco over the Giants. They're in the bottom of the 4th. Bumgarner gave up a run and has retired the last 11 Mets he's faced. Somebody's going to get a great pitcher to take them through October in Bumgarner. That's down, ball 1.
Everybody's looking for pitching.
Marlins a 4-3 winner over the Padres. Dodgers lose to the Phillies 7-6. Every Phillies position player in the starting lineup got a base hit against the Dodgers. One-oh. Swing and a miss. Evens it at 1-1. Checking out the Pacific Coast League. Bottom of the 7th inning, San Antonio takes a 4-2 lead over Nashville. That one way outside. So if Round Rock does not turn this around, the E-Train will find itself headed to New Orleans and their next nearest division rival below them, 5 games back of San Antonio.
I was hoping Woody and the Sounds would help us out.
Woody and the Sounds are about to get swept.
Yeah.
2-1. That's over for a strike.
Sounds like a country western group.
Woody and the Sounds?
Yeah.
Woody Gino and the Sounds.
That's right.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Long hole by Fernandez. The pitch. Outside, gets away. Correa's not going to try it. Wow.
You know, I understand you don't want to get hurt because you're on rehab, but you're on rehab to prove that you're ready to go play ball at the big leagues. So show me you're ready to play ball at the big leagues.
Actually, as far as that ball got away, he could have scored standing up.
Easily.
Just to be honest about it. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fernandez sets again. Payoff. Bounce down toward third, foul.
Nice play by Mickey.
How about Mickey? Former big league pitcher, now Round Rock manager. Great hands. Telling Correa, you know, you could pick it like me. 3-2. Right-handed matchup. Fernandez delivers. Bouncing ball foul into the Round Rock dugout. That'll scatter him out.
Ugly finder.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And how many times have we heard Travis Driscoll scream that out? Wade Miley had a no-hit bid going into the 5th inning, had it spoiled on a double. Astros lead now 6-2 over the Angels in Anaheim. Payoff. Popped it up first base side, should get him out of the inning. Rogowski right there, squeezes it. Round Rock cannot get it done in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Headed to the 8th, 8-4. Memphis, season 20 of Express Baseball, driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi, win Express tickets with Elder. 8th inning on the way on AM 1300 The Zone. Left-hander Kid Sheets out for his 3rd inning of work. We're on the air from the Shrine on Airline. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock first pitch tomorrow. 5:45 on Saturday with a 6 o'clock first pitch. 12:45 Sunday afternoon with a 1 o'clock first pitch. And then we will be done playing at the Shrine on Airline. And as sad as that sounds, a brand new ballpark awaits in Wichita, which will carry that franchise, we hope, for many years to come. I am still sad for all those loyal fans who've had their team taken away, but you know what? End of the day, Jackson's right. You want a team, the business model says you got to support them.
You can't make the fans come out.
No. Kramer Robertson starts it out, the shortstop. Right-handed batter 0 for 3. The wind and pitch. A bit inside, ball 1.
At 9:56, that should be a strike.
Yes. Wow. Both teams traveling tomorrow. The 1-0 pitch over for a strike. 1-1. Backdoor slider for a strike. Robertson really and truly could count the stitches on that baseball.
That was a good pitch.
Robertson has struck out swinging, grounded to third and to short. 1-2 pitch. Bang down the left field side. That'll go into the corner for extra bases. Grounding first, heading to second. And standing in with a double goes Kramer Robertson. So now Memphis with a threat here as we open the eighth. Ninth double for Robertson. Jose Martinez has doubled and scored in 3 times up.
Yeah, Robertson was in high A ball last year.
Yeah, and he did very well in Double A, and so up he comes. He can really move around to the shortstop's position.
He's already had a cup of coffee.
Arm. Yep. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Check at second. Sheets deals. And that's ripped foul into the seats first base side. 1-2 on Martinez.
Warming in the Memphis bullpen, number 21, right-hander Chris Ellis. 21.
Right-hander Chris Ellis loosens in the Memphis pen. Sheets needing outs here in the 8th. Trailing 8-4. Robertson creating some havoc out on the bases. Back down to the slow it down offense here. 1-2 set. 2 glances at second and the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Count remains 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. The batter, Jose Martinez, switch hitting, right-handed. Sheets checks second. Delivers in the dirt, 2-2. Martinez outside the batter's box. We've seen this so many times tonight. It just slows the entire pattern down, and so does the time it takes between pitches. The 1-2 set. Sheets deals. Hammered to left field. That's a base hit. Robertson stops at third. So, runners at first and third with nobody out in the 8th inning. That's the 12th hit, the 4th given up by Sheets, and it brings up the top of the order, Randy Arozarena, who's 3 for 3. 1 double, 2 singles, 1 walk, a stolen base, and 3 runs scored for Arozarena. Sheets desperately needing a ground ball, even if he has to surrender a run here. Checking first, sidearm slider over the outside edge for strike. Robertson down at third, on at first Martinez. 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. Breaking ball just hung up there, and Arozarena attacked it but couldn't hit it. Takes the count to 0-2.
And walks around the plate.
Well, they had this under control a couple of years ago, and it's just sort of gone away.
Yep.
No balls and 2 strikes. The set by Sheets, the pitch. in the dirt. 1-2. So, Sheets off the side of the mound. Rosarina outside the batter's box now steps back in. Nobody out. Runners at first and third. We're in the 8th inning, 8-4 Memphis. Here's a look at first base. And a throw over. A ball and 2 strikes. The set by Sheets. Long look at first. The pitch. Bouncing ball down toward third. Over to second for 1. Can you turn 2? Got to do it. Got it. Run scores. It's 9-4. But nice double play turn. Robertson scores the 9th run. Second run given up by Sheets. Ramon Urias has an RBI double in 2 times, has walked and driven in a run with a sacrifice fly. Mickey Story's on his way, and that'll be it for Kid Sheets. Call to the bullpen always brought to you by our friends at True West Credit Union. 4 Austin area locations. True West can take care of all your banking needs. Check them out at any of the 4 branch locations or truwest.org today. Back to tell you about Round Rock's new right-hander next on the Express Radio Network. 2 outs in the 8th inning. Dean Dietz comes on to pitch for the Round Rock Express. Dietz 2-0 in now 14 appearances, 9.39 ERA against these guys. He's made 4 appearances, no record of 7.71 ERA for Dean Dietz. Book not shut yet. Yes, it is. It is shut on Sheets. 2 2/3, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk will not figure in the decision. So Dietz comes on in a righty-righty matchup with Ramon Urias, who has, as we said earlier, driven in 2 runs, 1 with a sacrifice, fly ball to left field, and 1 with an RBI double. So, Mr. Dietz in a right-handed matchup. Coming in with 2 out. Looking ahead to the 8th inning for the Express, it's Tucker, DeGote, and Tantaloo. Round Rock's going to have to get a high tail here. Down by 5 with 6 outs. Here's the pitch. Off the outside, ball 1.
Final line on Express reliever left-hander Kit Sheets. 2.2 innings. 4 hits.
Wind has maintained its howl out toward left all night long.
2 strikeouts.
1 ball and no strikes.
28 strikes.
Dietz delivers down and away again. 2 balls, no strikes.
That wind has made for some adventures in outfielding out there.
It has. No question.
Should be able to see that full moon coming up pretty soon.
That pitch down and away. 3 balls, no strikes. I'm not saying a full moon has anything to do with this, but I'm not saying that it doesn't. 3-0. The automatic, strike 1. Three and 1. That's up and in, ball 4. So Dietz walks the first batter he faces.
Not what you want to do when you come in from the bullpen.
No, sir, and no, ma'am, and that will bring on John Nogowski, who's had a very nice night. His early morning trip up to Omaha will be very nice. Coming off a 2-homer, 3-run batted in night, and we don't know what he'll do here.
And he's got the socks working.
He does. That's those old-time Cardinals red, white, and blue jobs with the parallel stripes running around. That's over for a call, strike one. One strike to count. Dietz sets belt high. Right-hander kicks and deals. Backup slider swung on and missed. Boy, Nogowski badly fooled by that pitch. He was sitting dead red. And when that thing bent, he bent as well. No balls and 2 strikes. That backup slider misses a little bit too tight. Actually, pretty good looking strike 3 if you wanted to get right. Pitcher's pitch, no doubt.
I can't believe he took that.
A 1-2 set. Dietz delivers. Bang down the right field side. It'll slice well foul. Boy, Urias was off to the races. He had second base turn before that ball hit in the stands.
Fleet of foot.
Oh, yes. A ball and 2 strikes. We're in the 8th. 2 out, top half. Dietz sets. Long hold and the 1-2. Smacked right back up the middle into center field, a base hit. So, a walk and a single. All this with 2 outs brings on Raniel Ravello, who's 0 for 4.
They start scoring more runs, we may see Alex Dugotti pitching again.
Don't forget Nick Tanlou.
That's true.
Outfield well around toward right as Dietz takes a long time. Checks second and deals. Up and away, ball 1. Wow. At the 3-hour mark, 2 minutes past it. And we're in the 8th with 2 out. 1-0. That's pop foul, first base side. Breeze may bring it back or not. It will not. That'll hit in the stands. Evens it at 1-1 to Raniel Ravello. One and one to Ravello as we wait for some action to talk about. The set at 1-1. The pitch. Banged into right field, right to Ferguson, who mercifully puts it away for the out here in the 8th. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 left. 7.5 done at Dell Diamond, 9 for Memphis. Season 20 of Express Baseball driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi, win Express tickets at Elder. Home half of the 8th next on AM 1300 The Zone. Right-hander Chris Ellis comes on the pitch in the 8th inning. Call to the bullpen brought to you by True West Credit Union. 4 Austin area locations, easy access to online banking. True West takes care of all your banking needs. Visit TrueWest, TRUWEST.org today. Chris Ellis, 6'5" and 230, 26 years old, from Chelsea, Alabama. Ellis makes his 31st appearance, has made 1 start, 3-5 with a 7.74 ERA. And against the Round Rock Express, this is his 3rd time out. No record of 10.8. ERA against the Round Rock Express for Chris Ellis. Takes the place of Junior Fernandez. Fernandez went one. Gave up one base hit and a strikeout. Kyle Tucker to start it out as we're trying to get started here. The pitch. That slides down and in. Very tight at the back foot. Ball one. Outfield straight away. Tucker outside the batter's box. Now back in. 1-0. 9-4 Memphis in the 8th. The pitch. That's there at the knees. A call, strike one. Over the top line, and Ellis turns it loose. A curveball that just misses wide. 2 balls and 1 strike. Over the top again, the 2-1 pitch. A breaking ball for a call, strike 2.
Tucker's turning into a human rain delay.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Ellis ready to work, winds it up, the 2-2. In the dirt, Tucker thought about it, held up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The wind up again in the payoff. Into low this time. Ball 4, so Tucker draws a leadoff walk in the 8th inning. And that brings on Alex DeGote. DeGote has a single in 3 times, has scored 1 of 4 Round Rock runs, 9 for Memphis. DeGote outside the batter's box, now back in. Settles into a slightly open right-handed stance. The pitch. That's fouled off. Shot it between the signs and out into the parking lot behind us.
That's where.
Do you need to go check your car?
I kept the windows down so it'd just go through.
And if it skins up the outside, you're good with that.
I have found a foul ball sitting on by my windshield, by the windshield wipers
really?
one time. Yeah.
0-1. Backup slider for a call, strike 2. DeGote outside the box. Ellis waiting on him. Tick tock, tick tock. 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. So DeGote goes down swinging. First Ellis strikeout. That'll bring on Nick Tanlou, who's 2 for 3. Tanlou at 272 is homered 11 times for the Express. Right-handed matchup and a double play depth to Memphis infield. Letter high set, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nasty, downward tilted slider. Tanalou couldn't catch up with, strike 1. Now this is one of these guys who works way to the far first base side of the rubber. Almost, it seems, has to come up and over a hill to make his pitches. And at 6'5", aims to the inside edge and misses. Evens it up at 1-1.
He's all arms and legs.
He's all arms and legs, and he seems a little bit off balance when he comes through that delivery, to be honest with you. 1-1. The pitch, no. Big slider. big break to it upstairs. 2-1. It misses. Two balls, one strike. The pitch. Bouncing ball foul into the Round Rock dugout.
Another ugly finder.
Well, most everybody raced up the dugout steps. I don't know how you'd find anybody. Unless it ricocheted off of one of them and hit him in the back.
Slow as they're moving, I'm surprised it didn't hit 4 or 5 of them.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Baseball Jan, Bastrop, Texas. 2-2. The pitch. Down and in, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Shoulder high set, and Ellis steps off.
So Tanaloo steps off. So.
Yes. Full count. Banged into left center field, over. Thomas makes the grab for the out. Lane Thomas basically is a center fielder playing in left or right, depending on the lineup need. Randy Rosarina gets the center field time. I'm not so sure, having watched them both, that Thomas is not the better center fielder. 2 gone now for Jamie Ritchie, who has a double in 3 times.
Outfielding is a lot of instinct.
Yes, it
that
is.
First step.
Ritchie right-handed, Ellis right-handed to throw to first. Not in time as Tucker leaps back in ahead of the throw.
You got a 5-run lead. Pitch to the batter.
Yes. That pitch hammers the outside edge at 94 for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. The batter, Jamie Ritchie. The set. The pitch. Downstairs, 1-1. Ellis comes right back, comes set, deals, back them up with a slider, 2-1. Ellis a long look in. 2-1. Caught the inside edge with a backup slider, 2-2 now. The set at 2-2, the pitch. Served out on 1, hop to the second baseman. Urias throws to first. Round Rock's done in the 8th. No runs, no hits, 1 left. To the 9th we go. 9-4 Memphis over Round Rock. Season 20 of Express Baseball. Driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi. Win Express tickets at Elder. 9th inning on the way on the Round Rock Express Radio Network. Right-hander Dean Dietz pitched 2/3 of his shutout inning in the 8th inning. He'll pitch the 9th. He'll look at Lane Thomas, Joe Hudson, and Johan Mieses. 6:45 pregame from the Shrine on Airline tomorrow night in New Orleans. 7 o'clock first pitch. Then on Saturday, it'll be a 5:45 pregame with a 6 o'clock first pitch. And on Sunday afternoon, 12:45 pregame with a 1:05 first pitch. Day off on Monday, back here to face the Omaha Storm Chasers in a quick 3 games, and then out to Iowa for the next weekend. So these are strange little maladies, these 3 days in and out. You almost have time to wash your clothes and say hello to everybody, and then you're on a plane headed out again.
Yeah, those 3-day series, I don't understand that.
No, I don't mind the 7-gamers when you have 3 in one city and 4 in the next. You have to settle into a little bit of a routine. Here's Lane Thomas. 3 to the left side of the infield. Round Rock down by 5 in the ninth. Slider spins off the outside to Thomas. Ball 1. Thomas has a double, a single, a stolen base, and a run scored in 3 times with a walk. 9-13-1 Memphis. 4-8-1 Round Rock. The pitch. Upstairs 2-0. Outfield well around toward right. Dietz delivers 2-0. Up and away, ball 3. Broadcasting from the Snyder team at Fairway Independent Mortgage booth here at Dell Diamond. It's not about the loans there. It's about the people they help. Dudley Snyder's the best. Talk to him tomorrow, 512-258-0446. Downstairs, ball 4, walked him on 4 pitches. Second walk for Dean Dietz. Brings on Joe Hudson, 1 for 4 with an RBI single in that 4-run 5th. Pitch over.
7,060, 7060.
One strike to Hudson. Outfield well around toward right. 3 to the left side. Dietz sets a long hold. And the 0-1. Bouncing ball right in and beats the shift into center field. Heading on to third comes Thomas. So a 2-hit night for Hudson. They have something working with runners at the corners here in the 9th inning. And it brings up Johan Miasis, who hit a 2-out homer in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 4. Man, oh man.
Here we are in the position again of wanting a double play and giving up a run.
Dietz sets, deals. Slider misses outside, ball 1. Right-hander Chris Beck loosens in the Memphis bullpen. Round Rock sends the upper third of its order. Rojas, Mayfield, and either Carlos Correa or someone else. That's a bouncer hit down toward short. Over to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. Run scores 10-4. Memphis, 2 out in the 9th. So Round Rock simply cannot give itself a chance. Leadoff walk comes back to haunt Dietz, and now you're talking about a 6-run comeback if this inning stops right here. It's an awful lot to ask. But this has been a game that's been off balance, it seems to me, most of the way.
You never know what's going to happen out here. But you can bet it's not going to be fast.
First pitch breaking ball for a strike to Kramer Robertson. Robertson doubled and scored in the 8th inning. He's 1 for 4. Infielders back, outfielders straight up, the 0-1. Swings and misses. Hit a slider away, strike 3. Strike 2, pardon me. 1 ahead of myself.
Dream on.
I know. Nothing in 2 to Robertson. Dietz pitch. Hooked that slider away. It bounces away from Jamie Ritchie. Ball boy from the first base dugout whacked the one from the third base dugout in the race.
First base has been winning most of the races.
I'm going to tell you
tonight.
right now, he is on target. One and 2. The pitch, way outside 2-2.
Deuces are wild.
Slightly open stance for Robertson. The 2-2 on the way. Popped it up out in a short left field. This is trouble. Back goes Mayfield. Turns around, falls down, rolls over and makes the grab for the out. Jag Mayfield, tremendous hustle there. Side retired in the ninth. 1 run, 1 hit, and none left. Bottom of the ninth we go. 10 for Memphis over Round Rock. Season 20 of Express Baseball, driven by Elder Mitsubishi in Cedar Park. Test drive Mitsubishi. Win Express tickets at Elder. Bottom of the ninth next on the Express Radio Network. Call to the bullpen brought to you by True West Credit Union. 4 Austin area locations. Easy access through online banking. True West takes care of all your banking needs. Visit them. TRUWEST.org today. Right-hander Chris Beck. Big man. They list him at 6'3" and 230. He's about 6'4 and a half, 6'5", and about 260. 28 years old from Beaufort, Georgia. Beck comes in for the 35th time. He's 0-7 with a 6.51 ERA. Against the Round Rock Express, he has no record in 2 appearances, a 13.5 ERA against Round Rock. So, what Beck has is a 6-run advantage here. Upper third of the Round Rock order, Rojas, Mayfield, and Correa. Rojas has a 2-run homer in 4 times up. He has 3 homers his last 2 games. Outfield straight away, the wind howls out toward left. Round Rock needing base runners desperately here. The pitch, right over the outside edge, an 87-mile-an-hour slide piece, strike 1. Rojas at 316 carries an OPS of 1.021. Here's the pitch. Chop foul at home plate. Boy, Joe Hudson came out like a shot from behind home plate.
He's a cat back there.
You don't see that kind of effort in late inning blowout games like this very much. Two strikes to Rojas. Outfield well around toward right. No balls and 2 strikes. Inside target, the 0-2. Whacked it foul into the screen above the Round Rock dugout. It ricochets down into the photographer's well. No balls and 2 strikes. Long hold by Beck. The pitch. Bouncing ball deep in the hole. Throw to first. Robertson threw it away, and Round Rock has a runner on to start this inning. That'll be a base hit for Rojas. Good throw here, does not get him.
No, he was fast down the line.
So it'll be an infield single. The error will go to Robertson, moving Rojas to second base. That's the way this will go, and it'll bring on Jag Mayfield. Mayfield has doubled in 3 times, has walked and scored 2 of Round Rock's 4. Ninth inning, 10-4, Round Rock trails. Beck sets, checks second base, kicks and brings it on the inside edge for strike. Beck taking a world of time. Oh, 1. Fouled it right back here at us. San Antonio is taking a 5-3 lead over Nashville, top of the ninth.
Dadgummit. Looks like Korea's night is done. McCormick's over in the on-deck circle.
Yep. Round Rock with a steep hill to climb. Nobody out in the ninth. The runner aboard. 2 strikes on Mayfield. Beck comes set. Inside target. A check at second base. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Mayfield goes down swinging. Beck's first punch out. That'll bring on Chas McCormick. McCormick hitting at 250, has 4 homers and 16 driven in since coming out from Corpus. 2 for 4 against the Redbirds this season. And that 2 for 4 in this series. Outfield straight away. 1 out in the ninth. The set. The pitch. Breaking ball misses low and outside. Ball 1.
I heard your interview with Chaz out a couple nights.
Did you?
Yeah. Talking about going out to Whataburger and meeting the fans.
Oh, he had a great time. 1-0. Straight up outfield. Back checks second base. Kicks, brings it downstairs. 2-0. Two and nothing to McCormick. The pitch off the outside, ball 3.
And the Memphis pitching coach starts pulling his hair out.
Well, he only has 6 runs of lead here, so he need save his hair. 3-0 set, the pitch. That's there for a strike. Three and 1. Quick check at second base. The pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, lost it. So runners at first and second now. First walk issued by Beck. Derek Fisher, 0 for 2, has walked twice, driven in a run with a ground out. Nashville has 2 on and 2 out. Top half of the 9th inning. Down in San Antonio, trailing the Missions 5-3.
Send him, Woody.
Left-handed batter Fisher, the pitch. Rifled downstairs, ball 1. One and nothing. Boy, Beck taking a lot of time between pitches. Umpire calls time.
I think the umpire was nodding off.
1-0. Infielders trying to keep moving, trying to keep some kind of blood flow to their lower extremities. Backdoor slider for a strike, evens it up at 1-1. Well, when you set a slow pace, it's hard to get out of it. Unless a pitcher like Ken Emanuel did last night come in, take over, and just move that game along.
But he came in and he started right from the get. I mean,
he did.
Warming up, he was faster than the other.
That's exactly right. 1-1 strike. The pitch, fouled it off into the screen behind home plate, 1-2. Beck brought that one in 98. So standing outside the batter's box, Beck now back up on top of the rubber and ready to go. 1-2 strikes. The batter, Derek Fisher, Round Rock with 2 aboard and 1 out. A 10-4 Memphis lead here in the bottom of the 9th. The set, the pitch. Little tapper hit down toward third. Beck fields it, bare hands it. All hands are safe. That's an infield single for Derek Fisher, and Round Rock has him loaded. Drew Ferguson, hitless and 3 times, has a sacrifice RBI fly ball that scored Round Rock's first run back in the first inning. So Ferguson with a chance to dent this lead, and still only 1 out. They'll play their infield defense at double play depth. No doubles depth in the, nope, they're not either. They are not going to play that deeply in the outfield. No need to right now. Ferguson has them juiced. Beck sets, delivers. Ooh, pretty good looking fastball. Must have missed in a bit. Ball 1. One ball and no strikes. 10-4 Memphis. Back to check at third. The pitch. Bouncing ball over to third. To second for 1. Back to first. Safe at first base. Run scores. It's 10-5 now. Rojas scores. Down to third goes McCormick. Fisher eliminated on the force. Ferguson on the fielder's choice, and that brings up Kyle Tucker, who's 0 for 3 with a walk. But 2 out in the 9th.
Could be a wild inning.
Tucker hits it out of here. It can be a wild inning. Back comes set. Kicks and deals. That's downstairs and outside. Ball 1. One and nothing. Straight up outfield. Runners at the corners. 2 out. The set. The 1-0. Runner goes down to second. That's defensive indifference, and that's a call, strike 1.
And the Astros have beat the Angels 6-2.
Two in a row for the Stros over those guys. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. Bouncing ball foul up the first base side. Hey, how about that?
Another good play by the coach.
See, he's got a glove on that left hand.
Yeah, he's got somebody's sliding glove or hitting glove over there. He ends up with a lot of equipment.
Well, look on his shin. He's
Yes.
got a shin guard on.
He puts them all over.
1-2 to Tucker. Runners at second and third. Memphis 1 strike away from a series split. The set. The pitch. Served foul. Wade on the left field side.
Hadn't been any farm animals tonight.
Well, aren't you thankful for that, though?
Yeah.
I am.
Although in Bastrop the other day, I did have to call the animal control. I was on my way over to a friend's house, and there was a cow in the road.
There are a lot of cows in the road where I come from, too. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Some of them wander into town. Here's the pitch. Rip foul, first base side. You get an invasion of Old Bossy, you can slow down a lot of traffic on Highway 84 and 75 there in Fairfield, right off Interstate 45.
Yield to the cow.
Bovine yield signs.
Put one of them triangular things on their butt.
It's not just deer signs either. Deer crossings. 1-2. The set. The pitch. Hook that inside. 2-2. We have now reached the 3-hour, 40-minute mark.
For a 9-inning game.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 in scoring position, 2 out. Beck trying to finish this off. Sets and deals. Outside, ball 3.
Forming the Memphis bullpen, number 35, right-hander Mike Myers, 35, right-hander Myers.
Right-hander Mike Myers loosens in the bullpen for the Redbirds. Three and 2. The pitch. Smacked into center field, playable. A Rosarina dressed back, got it. And Memphis salvages the series split with a 10-5 win over Round Rock. 10-14 and 2 Memphis, 5-10 and 1 Round Rock. We're back to talk about it on the Whataburger postgame show next from Del Diamond on the Express Radio Network.